All right. Just gonna plug it into the wall here. And don't worry, Dan, I topped this bad boy most of the way off at the house, but there's still plenty of room left if you want to throw some piss in there.
What? We got rid of this fucking thing for a reason.
Well, I took it home, but we kept talking about it. Everybody was like, bring back the piss humidifier.
No,
bring back the piss humidifier.
Every time I'm like, I gotta go take a piss, you're like, oh, you want me to bring it back?
Yeah, now it's here. Breathe it in. Hey, deep breath in.
Where's all those masks that Jerry gave us for
you feel that?
Panda
it's
thing.
Vaporized piss healing your body, dude.
You drink nothing but Mountain Dew. I don't know how you pee so much.
Yeah, it's all dew, dude. That's what
you do, dude.
Yeah. I mean, you drink enough of them, you're got piss.
Have you been running that thing in your room?
Yeah. I've been using it at the house. Well, the garage that I live in.
I thought you said you got your own place.
Yeah, it's a garage. It's detached from the guy's house.
Didn't you say you had fleas the other day?
The piss humidifier got rid of all the fleas, dude. That's what I'm telling you. This thing has healing properties.
I think the fucking bomb got rid of the fleas last week.
Quit putting your fucking shirt over your face.
It stinks.
All right, it's fucking disrespectful, dude. You keep covering your face like that, I'm going to turn up the fan speed.
I'm putting a mask on, dude.
All right, here we go. Holy shit, dude.
What the fuck is that?
Be still.
Dan, fucking
and
bow,
stop.
dude.
Your lives are already mine.
Do you know what had just happened before?
Fucking bow down, dude.
What is this?
That is correct. Bow down.
Bow down,
the
Dan.
manifestation and concentration of your sin.
I don't even have a name, dude. I don't know if I can bend my knee. What is your name?
I am peon.
Keon?
No, you are the peon. I am.
Peon?
Capital A-M. Like I am he, it.
No, dude,
they.
it's night. You should
Quit
be
asking
out.
my goddamn pronouns and kneel, peon.
Well, I think you're kind of aren't you a peon? Because I peed on the humidifier and you came out.
That was my point. I was going to bring that a good point.
I am the pisser.
Do you come from his piss?
I am concentrated Kron evil. Here to
Fuck
make
yeah,
you pay
dude.
for your sin.
You should have fucking breathed in, dude. This wouldn't have happened.
Why does this stupid shit happen when Bones is off?
Oh, I'm stupid now?
I
A
didn't say
floating
that.
orb of fucking piss mist?
I didn't say that. I bowed down, dude.
This is stupid.
I'm 99% kidney stone.
Oh, fuck.
Uncrushable, unkillable.
I got
Watch
stones,
this.
dude. Oh.
That's right. I just made your left testicle 10% smaller.
Fuck.
Oh, I think he's right. Holy
Turn
shit.
him back. Turn him back.
Whoa. Make him bigger, bro.
No,
Yeah, make 'em
now
way
they're
big.
I did you a favor by balancing them.
Make him way big.
I want him. Can you fucking work this schlong?
No, I only bring balance.
All right.
What are you good for? Orb? That's his name. Orb? What do you call him?
I am.
He's Am.
He gets it.
It's like a who's on first thing with this guy.
What is that? Who's on first?
I've always been, I always will be. I am.
No, who's on second?
You're on first?
He
Wait, who's
pissed,
on
therefore
first?
I am. He pissed, therefore I am.
What is his name?
Fucking stinks in here, and I'm made of piss.
Yeah, well, it's a lot of piss. And
No, I'm used to my own smell.
Kron, do you watch like movies with this guy?
Yeah, well, I thought it could have been like a mix of the drugs.
Well-
I've seen him once before.
I used to be in Kron, idiot. So any movie Kron scene I've seen.
Mm-hmm. What was your favorite from the recent puppet marathon?
Pinocchio.
Oh, weird.
good one,
Piss
dude.
ball.
I kept yelling from inside of you, Pinocchio, Pinocchio, and you
Mhm.
didn't get it.
I thought that was a trap gas.
This guy, he's pretty cool.
No, your bile manifestation is a piece of shit, literally. Hate
You
that
need to eat more
fucking guy.
veggies.
Yeah. All right, I can only exist in this form for a little bit. I'm going back.
Into me?
No, back into the humidifier. I like that more than in you.
All right.
And I don't like it here. We should go back to the garage.
wait.
That's where
Orb.
the hustler cards are.
Orb. Can you...
His name is Am.
Am.
Oh, somebody gets it now.
Am. Hey, Am.
Yeah.
Can you piss into the piss humidifier?
No.
Damn it.
You don't understand thermodynamics.
I guess not. I just thought it'd be
energy
worth
can't
asking.
create energy, fucker.
You're telling me your evil is worldwide,
No. I'm the evil of Kron.
but you can't
All of
pee?
his concentrated piss. That's why people piss. You get rid of evil.
Well, that's what I was hoping, Dan. I was hoping if he pissed in there, then it'd be like, next orb would be twice
I'm
as
not
strong.
a perpetual piss machine.
You
Not
don't
possible.
need two of these.
Well, you're made out of piss.
Okay, you're made out of water. Make some.
Piss, mist.
That's what the piss is.
No.
It's some water.
Fucking pay attention to the lore, goddammit.
Is this a dehumidifier or a humidifier?
This is a humidifier. This shoots fucking piss into the air, dude.
Yeah.
Okay. Click
And then what's left is me.
Mm-hmm.
industrial size dehumidifier.
Seriously, I'm starting to melt.
All right, go back in, dude.
Okay. I tried to, and then you called me back.
Well, I thought it'd be cool if you pissed.
Stop talking to me. I'm trying to lower back into the
All
humidifier.
right, fine.
He's getting smaller. Oh.
Dan,
Dude.
we have a new god, dude.
Kron. You're God, okay?
I'm
All right,
gonna
this-
T-shirts
You do
for
that.
the piss orb.
This just brought back a lot of memories of some good times, okay? So sit back. I got a movie, okay? This week on 5 Day Rentals, heavy metal. Welcome back to 5 Day Rentals, everybody. We are the video store podcast. And tonight, I got heavy metal from 1981 coming at you here for our category Metal as Hell, the second pick. This is a Bones category. I'm Laundry Dan. I'll be taking you through. I can't do it alone. I'm here with two other badass orbs, Kron, Howard, and Bones. How we doing?
Give me my Lochnar, bitch. Give me back my podcast, bitch.
My name is Dan.
Shouldn't I be Den?
Hi, Dan.
No.
I'm Dan.
Yeah, it's funnier if there's a Dan and a Dan.
Why can't you be like Carrie Cannon?
What?
Did you guys
I'm-
even watch heavy metal?
I'm Din, dude.
Okay, you be D-I-N.
He's the Earth version of Din, and I am the
No.
I'm the
No. I'm the cool world Din, dude. He's not Din until he gets into that world.
So
Dan, lead the fucking show. Quit. What is?
I'm trying to make a dick joke, but it wasn't coming to me.
No, poor guy.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, we got heavy metal. Fucking, it's metal as hell.
You sound excited about it.
Mm-hmm. You sound thrilled to be here talking this movie, dude.
Well, I said Harry Cannon, and Kron looked at me like deer in a headlight.
I think you said Christy Cannon.
Yeah, you did not say Harry Cannon. You said Carrie Cannon or something, and I was like, is that a porn star? Is that a?
I think his name is Harry Canyon.
Canyon.
I'm trying to meet him halfway at this point.
I was making up a name for you.
You got both names wrong. How was I supposed to know? You said Christy Cannon.
I didn't say Christy.
She sounds hot as hell, dude.
You had to have known.
She's a porn actress.
Have known that the only name Kron was going to lock in on was Din, so he can go or Den and go. I'm Den. Call it.
He's got a big hog. I'm Den.
Mm-hmm.
He's just recited Den to himself all week. I'm Den. I am Den.
Yeah.
I am Den.
Did you stop at
Den?
Did you finish?
Don't let Bones say he's Den.
I made them change my nameplate at work.
Did anybody get it?
I was listening to all Black Sabbath with the headphones unplugged. Screaming, I'm Din.
Is that Ronnie James Dio Sabbath or Ozzy Sabbath?
No, I was listening to Ozzy Sabbath, dude. Fuck.
Don't you say it.
It's not the same. It's not the same.
It's not the same.
It's not the same, dude.
I'm not saying Dio's bad, but I'm with Bones. It's not the same.
It's not the same.
Heaven and Hell is a good album, dude.
It's not as good as any of the Ozzy albums.
Those latter ones, I see why they kicked him out.
First four are good.
Yeah. I'd say Sabotage is pretty good too. That's 5, I believe.
Might be my favorite.
Sabotage?
I think so. Yeah. And this is I'm a Van Hagar guy. I enjoy Van Hagar. So I think it's possible to rebrand.
Van Halen's
I like Audio Slave more than Rage Against the Machine. There, I said it.
Why?
Why?
It's a totally different band.
Because I can't.
Loves corporate America.
Exactly. Can't be listening to all that socialist shit all the time.
Yeah.
That's when Rage went corporate.
Making me want to light myself on fire.
I'm part of the machinery, dude.
Yeah, dude.
All right, boys, we're doing heavy metal tonight. You guys, well, I know Bones had seen it. Kron, what'd you think?
It's good. As I was watching this, I was like, I've definitely seen the first, I guess 2. I've seen the car come down, and I've seen the Harry Canyon portion. That might have been it, though. So the rest of them were all new to me. I mean, it's pretty fun. I was thinking today, like, I would assume being a professional animation person, like, that's got to be a hard line of work to get into. And you're probably, like, if you're a dude, at some point you probably drew, like, tits and swords and firepower and shit. But then you get hired and they're like, hey, you're working on kids' morning cartoons for the rest of your life. I bet these dudes were chomping at the bit to get into the heavy metal fucking animation department and finally let loose for once.
Oh, yeah. They were underbidding for sure.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll pay you to work on this movie.
Nobody draws starfish-style nipples like I do.
Mm-hmm.
But then they go back to round.
But that's what I thought today was. I was like, I bet the fucking animators love this shit.
Does that mean two different guys drew those nipples? They didn't have consistency on the nipples. They pulled a Black Sabbath and fired the first guy because of his gear shaped.
Yeah, why are yours pointing? Have you seen nipples before, dude?
Maybe it was she laying down?
Yeah.
Maybe that's why they thought.
I think, yeah, you get, I think every possible iteration of gravity on boob, like laying down, leaning over, putting on something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, we'll go over that. Even the guy that jumps out of the airplane and like the parachute, like the way he goes back, I was like, man, that's really good.
Some of it is really good. Some of it is bad.
Do you think there's something with like when this got converted to HD? I couldn't, like, do they add frames if you're doing HD? Because I could see if they did this at like a lower frame rate because that's how it was projected. And then now it's in HD. We've got, because I felt like there were parts of this, and it's not all the time, but you would see like little jittery things or like stuff I don't know if you would have noticed on a CRT TV, you know?
Yeah, maybe. I didn't really read anything about the transfer to Blu-ray or anything.
I just wonder if there is something in like the HD process that kind of fucked this up a little bit. And it's not unwatchable or anything. Like, it's very much a watchable presentation of it. But I was like, I don't know if it's the animation style or if it's something in, we never imagined it would be shown in this format in our wildest dreams. So
yeah, I'm trying to think.
I think they also assumed that anybody watching this was inebriated, stoned, high.
mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, this was a big a midnight movie. They couldn't show it during the day, so
I would say, yeah, maybe 10% of the people that have watched this as an adult sober, right? I feel like 50% of the population that have seen this probably watched it as a child because they got a hold of a VHS or something. But anymore, who's throwing this on, aside from covering on a podcast, to not just trip out, you know?
First night I tried to watch this, I took a whole bunch of allergy medicine and chased it with a couple bourbons, and I fell asleep somewhere in the second part of this thing.
Bones,
not knowing what the hell was going on.
Did you get into the gummies whenever you did this one?
No, I did this one, the initial watch, more in the afternoon. So that was kind of weird. Like, oh, doesn't feel like something you should watch while the sun's out. And then my rewatch I did kind of late, kind of half asleep. And even on the rewatch, it was, I don't know, it's an interesting format that it's an anthology with a through line. But the through line, really, unless you pay attention to the last few lines, like if you've totally checked out, if this is like you're on your phone by the second half and you miss the fucking pterodactyl thing show up.
I mean,
you have to be really paying attention for the transition of the dude who digs it up on the weird planet with the three, the fucking Hydra bulldozer or whatever, and then it jumps to him being shot outside that museum. It was on the rewatch where I was like, oh, that was that fucking guy. Also, I guess Elon Musk must fucking love this movie, considering he sent a car with a spaceman in it out into space.
I thought you were about to be like, since he looks exactly like that guy.
Yeah, he did. That whole thing was based off of Soft Landing, the first 1960s Corvette you see there. And was a direct reference to heavy metal for Tesla.
Fifth Element big family movie for me. Mom loves Fifth Element. Dragged us to the theater. We all fell in love with it. I've seen the movie a dozen times. No fucking idea that it's a blatant rip of Christy Cannon's part.
Yeah, on the special feature they were like, yeah, we seen when Fifth Element came out, we were like, well, we know what they got that from. But they were tickled. Well, I'm glad you guys aren't mad at me then.
No. This fits the category.
Mm-hmm.
Well, everything I pick fits a category.
Okay, it wasn't a knock. I wasn't.
Everything I've picked up until now has.
You fit this category.
Yeah, but I'm gonna
get
revenge.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
His is almost, well, don't want to break the.
We don't know.
I don't want to break the illusion. We don't know.
Mine's almost too metal. Is that what you're about to say?
Do you guys have a favorite sequence in this? Can I ask now before we get to it?
I think mine is our last one there. Tanara or whatever. Tatara. That's what they call it.
The Warrior Babe?
Yeah.
Okay. Kron?
I think I really do like the first two, if I'm counting the car falling out of the sky. I wish there was a part of this movie that was more like that, where you were just getting visuals with music over the top of it. Like, I think that would be a good... Like, they could have done two normal ones, one extended, just audio, and then, two more on the back end or something.
Yeah.
But I felt like it was missing some kind of, like, let's just listen to something and have some crazy thing going on with it. So I do like the car falling out. And then for, like, a story one, I probably do like the Harry Canyon one the best, I think.
That would have been my guess. It's very hard case crime, noir-y, Right on.
What about you, Bones?
Oh, mine is definitely Den. Because I like that it's a complete story, like a full arc that is, maybe 10 minutes? It's the most, like, cohesive one of all of them. The bummer is it's almost, not to say that it's very similar to the final one. So I think in a way it almost kind of eats that one's lunch for me, because you're already getting, more fantastical elements in that.
Yeah, it is kind of like you get the better version of the story earlier in the movie.
Yeah.
I think I would agree. I think I like that one better than the last one.
And right before we started, I told Dan I actively dislike the fucking space captain courtroom one.
Yeah, that is by far my least favorite as well.
I wish, to your point, Kron, take that runtime, that animation effort, split that one in half, and give us 2 music videos or montages. Yeah. Like the airplane is a cool story. That could have been over or, dubbed over with a cool tune. You didn't really necessarily need any dialogue or anything in that. Yeah. And then just another sort of spacey, obscure one.
Yeah, it would have been like, you could easily have that set up where the one pilot is like, hey, go check and see what's back there. And then if you just had like an 8-minute thing of like these ghouls coming out and attacking everybody, that would be fun, Mm-hmm. Like, you don't need all the dialogue in this film for it to still work.
Dan, you own this record?
I think I do. Yes. Yes, I do. I think it's with my soundtracks. Yeah, I think I do. I believe I do.
This fucker he's got so many he separates by genre.
Well, all my soundtracks are together.
I got all my genres separated.
What?
Yeah.
Damn, I've never owned. Well, I mean, you know me, famously.
I will say that
I own 12 of something, and I feel like a hoarder.
I will say that Cube though is a soundtrack / ambient music, so it's kind of sharing double duty.
Fair enough. It's like that poor jazz / soul section in the record store.
Ron, you'd set it up by, I guess do ABC order.
I set mine up
soundtracks
by genre, then alphabetically, and then if I have multiple artists, by release year.
Jesus.
Now, do you do that with your DVDs?
No. The DVDs are all tucked away. They're hidden. They're not displayed.
Why not?
I don't know. I just started putting them in like a cabinet over here, and that's where they've gone. But the records you have to keep upright, right? Like, or else they'll get all warped and shit.
Yeah, or the bald guy that works at your record store. If he comes to your apartment, he'll get mad at you.
Mm-hmm. So I think that's...
What?
It sounds like a personal story.
Yeah, did a bald man at a record store yell at you, Bones?
I'll give you some hints. Jack Black talking to the camera. Nothing?
Is this high fidelity?
Yes, it's high fidelity. There's a part where he's sorting them by like his personal timeline or something. Mm-hmm. And his employee comes over to his house and he's like, you really shouldn't lay these like this. And it's like, well, duh, he knows that. He's just laying them out. And then he becomes fascinated with the timeline.
I've tried to like rewatch that movie so many times and I'm like, I can't.
He's arranging his like autobiographically or some shit.
Yeah, yeah. Fucking Cosby sweater.
I think my system works. Genre, artist name, year of release.
I think as soon as I see that, I'm going to poke holes. Penny Smasher does genre on Blu-rays and movies. And he's like, yeah, it's getting a little foggy on some of them. I'm like, yeah.
I guess I can see the distinction, though.
I think it
like
sounds nice.
Why you would want to have music by genre, but for ease, film by A to Z. You know what? Chime in our Discord. Send us some photos. I love to see your physical media, everybody. Let me know how you sort all your stuff.
Hit me up on Discord, and I'll hit you back in real life. I got plane tickets.
Also, and for the maybe one or two people in there like me who don't have a massive collection, how do you store your Tupperware? Do you put the lids on the container inside the counter, like in the cabinet, or do you have a stack or a drawer of lids? How's that working out for you?
All the bowls inside each other, and then the lids next to them.
I have one that's all the bowls and shit. And then the next one over, there's a big one with all the lids in it. It's terrible.
Yeah.
I hate it all, and I want to throw it away.
That is why I downsized and just went to uniform, like 3 or 4 sizes, and we just keep them. We keep the lid on top. If we get to the point where you'd have to remove it and stack them, that's too much.
My wife's mom, she just went all, what do they call the glass ones?
Pyrex or something.
Pyrex. Yeah, she just did all those. Because she's like, I can't just throw them in there. I actually have to, put them in there.
That's what mine are, but I was afraid I'd get a Brewster's. Yeah.
Oh, Brewster's Millions got fucking all glass.
You fucking show up in your Ferrari.
I don't want those fucking
get it.
Cronenberg microplastics.
They're already there, bro.
Let's go, all right. Let's evolve. Long live the new flesh, dude. Like,
Let's do it, gentlemen. Rate my box, please.
Kron, you want to go first?
Dan, 3.5.
It's lame, but I'm going to do the same, 3.5.
All right. We'll find out at the end of Heavy Metal from 1981, directed by, Gerald Potterton. He was the main director involved. But there are multiple directors in multiple places. Toronto. This is a Canadian film. Los Angeles.
You can tell. If only from all the fucking SCTV people doing voices.
Gentlemen, we start with one called Soft Landing. Out of deep space, we get a 1960. I guess I've seen 1960 and I've seen 1959. I've seen 1960 more. Corvette drops out of the sky and races towards Earth.
Looks rad as hell. Some of this, I think, is rotoscope. We talked about that at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we talked about that in Pinocchio. But yes, Kron, you are correct. Good eye.
I saw it too. I'm doing something else right now.
Good eye, Bones. We got two eyes.
I know the final story. That chick, most of her stuff was performed and traced, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It lands in a crop field and races towards a remote mansion on top of a hill. Our driver here is, and I'm not going to do any of the names of these people justice, so please forgive me.
The only one that matters is Lochnar.
I think Din's pretty important, dude.
Grimaldi is his name,
Din
I guess.
Without no Lochnar.
He enters the mansion. He's carrying a container. His daughter runs up to greet him and says, "What'd you get me?"
Fucking rude. No
He says,
hello.
"You'll see."
Welcome back from fucking outer space.
Well, I think he hates her, and that's why he brought the Lochnar home.
Well,
I don't think he knew.
He's like, let's fucking vaporize this chick.
you'll see. Yeah.
It's not murder if it's vaporized.
Really?
I'm not going to get charged.
Is that for real?
Yeah, that's a real law in Missouri. I don't know about the other states.
Is it murder one? If it's not murder one, because that's the fucking worst one.
Mhm.
No, it's murder zero. Like
It's murder zero if it's vaporized?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, zero's lower than one, though.
Vaporism is
might be
there's
worse.
nothing there. They don't have any DNA. They don't have nothing.
Well, it's opposite, right? Murder one's the worst, but murder two is like not as bad.
Yeah, so by that logic, murder zero would be like unimaginable.
Yeah.
It's terrible. Yeah. So yeah, this is like vaporism is like a murder 28 form.
Vampirism? What is that?
Vampirism. That is
Fuck.
48.
Oh,
It's illegal in 48 states.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say it's like murder 48 because it's like, well, you got to kill to live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, and you don't always kill.
How's that different from being a hunter?
Sometimes you just vamp them.
Yeah. But you got to vamp controllably.
Mm-hmm.
Don't vape, teens. It's not worth it.
Yeah, smoke
Zen.
like a man.
Zen, baby.
Smoke like a man does.
Get stoned, smoke weed, and watch heavy metal. 1981. All right, his daughter does greet him, ask him what he got her. Inside, our man, he opens it up. Inside is a glowing green orb. Suddenly, his body melts. Kron, right off the top here, skeleton melting.
Hell yeah, dude. I mean, a lot of people get melted in this movie, and it looks good.
Does it bum you out to see the skeleton also melted? Do you feel like that's disrespectful?
You still get to see it for a brief flash.
I think it's respectable.
I would rather see it than not see it.
Okay.
Looks good. I think the way they like fold into it, everything, like right on. That's fucking cool.
Yeah. Some of the animation is absolutely astounding. Some of it is you could tell that it was crunched and this don't matter.
They did go for a different style on each story. It was supposed to be a different type of animation.
And was each story based on already printed stories, or were these wholly original for the movie? Was it a mix?
Our next story is original to the movie, and our last story is original for the movie. Everything else, they did have to go to France to get the rights. And I think B-17, I think that's what it's called. They actually met up with that guy. He was like super old, and he helped him out and did all that stuff.
He said, "Oui.
Oh,
You may use my drawings."
you want to draw my
Maglambe.
my cartoon?
Let me perch myself here. Where are we at? All right, he melts.
We're at the beginning of the movie. We've not made it into segment 1 yet.
This is segment 1. His daughter is terrified. Our orb announces itself as the sum of all evils in the universe and tells her that she possesses powers that she does not understand. The orb begins to tell her various stories of its existence and its influence in the world.
The animation of her terrified face is astounding.
Mm-hmm.
At times, the end of Sleepaway Camp, the face that the little boy is making, and it's like locked in that fucking night vision. I saw that periodically in like her facial expressions.
It's a lot, I think.
It does look good, though. I would agree. Like, she does look terrified. I mean,
yeah, it makes her look 30 years older as well.
It does. The original concept was she was on a carousel and she would get on each of the things and it would be a different story. But then they decided to go with Lochnar instead.
Damn. Does Nicolas Cage snipe her?
Should we just do a face-off special?
Let's do face off for our 4-year anniversary.
And it's not allowed to go on the regular 5-day rentals list.
Okay.
Kron?
We just gotta hope.
I don't know if I would give it 5 stars.
Yeah.
Are you both giving it 5 stars?
No, I wouldn't give it a 5, but
It's been a while.
I'm crossing my fingers that Movie Blast doesn't cover it first, actually.
No, Face Off is too good for those guys
Okay.
to do. Too edgy.
It's a little horny.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fuckers.
All right, this does lead into our next story here, Harry Canyon. Not Christy Canyon. Kron. You
Bummed.
fucking freak.
I'm Googling it right now.
Did you just do 1980s retro porn this whole week? Was your jerkin?
For what? Because we watched heavy metal?
Yeah. Or did you do animation porn?
That's just what I'm into already, dude. The 80s stuff, not the animation.
All right, we blast over into the desert. There's a scientist working with several, I guess they're alien creatures. They're digging. They uncover a glowing green spear. The Lochnar is referred to as a spear a few times in some of the stories, but I guess he's considered an orb. One of the aliens picks it up.
So
he instantly
all orbs
melts.
are spheres, but not all spheres are orbs?
That was one
that
of
how
the
that-
like the trivia things that I read, and I was like, "Isn't that the same fucking thing?" Right? Oh, hey.
Kron, I'm hoping he's in incognito mode there, showing us some.
Yeah. Did you put your VPN
some of
on?
Christie's Canyon.
The VPN is on, dude.
You have a VPN on your phone? If a dude has a VPN on a phone, You know what they're using it for, right?
No, I just had it in
That's
safe mode.
That's their personal business, Dan. Kron may be trying to avoid prostate cancer.
I do a lot of Swiss banking.
Shut the fuck up. Is that what you type into the search engine on Pornhub? Swiss banking?
Yeah.
Actually, do that right now and see what comes up.
I bet there's something out there.
That could be something we don't want to see, though.
Bones, research that while you're
Swiss banking?
MIA.
I'm sure it has something to do with holes.
Deposits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. Swiss is in the cheese, the holy cheese. Banking is in deposits. It's making a deposit in each one of the holes with one load. Can you do that?
So we're calling that Swiss banking. Now we got to hit every hole?
I don't know, but get on Urban Dictionary, dude. Upload it. Let's get it started.
Heaven forbid somebody ever sees these fucking show notes. The fuck is Swiss banking?
I was just thinking to myself, every other month when Dan's like, do we need to add a video element to this? No, not after today. Like, that's just proved.
What, me writing a note down?
Well, not that, but Kron showing us a pornographic image.
What?
He didn't show us a pornographic image.
I'm appreciative of it.
So
Dude,
am I, but
you know
fucking
what?
Tell people
We
that.
wouldn't be able to monetize, bro.
You know what? Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you two dudes were cool.
I am
I'm
cool.
cool.
I'm
No,
explaining
I want to
why.
see more.
It's fine.
Kron continuing the trend of misunderstanding.
No more cool porn images. No more hustler cards.
The segment then changes
Fucking
course.
squeaky clean podcast we're running here.
Fuck that shit. Kron, show all the titties you want, including your own. We change course here and we go to a dystopian New York City in the year 2031. That's not far off, guys. We got a taxi cab driver named Harry. He picks up a punk as a fare. Moments after they leave, this punk pulls out a gun on Harry, demanding all his cash and his cab. He's like, I'm going to fucking kill you anyway if you don't give it to me. Harry pushes a secret button with his foot near the taxi cab's speed pedal. Speed pedal. Jesus.
Wow.
What's it called?
An accelerator, gas pedal.
Gas pedal?
Gas pedal. There you go. I like speed pedal better.
Hello, what is wrong with your speed pedal?
I got a podcast. All right, he activates a beam on the back.
All car pedals are speed pedals, but not all gas pedals are speed pedals.
No, your speed
Wait.
pedal is right next to your stop pedal.
Well,
So you think there should be two?
speed doesn't necessarily mean faster. Speed can imply the adjustment of acceleration, right? So braking also slows that. No, I'm gonna compromise. I think you're correct, Kron. I think we're gonna call it the stop pedal and the speed pedal.
Mm-hmm.
That works for me. And the shift
Yeah.
pedal. Shift, stop, speed.
Well, and the vaporizer.
Which will make no sense to anybody younger than us.
I get what you're saying, but the way we commonly use the word speed would imply go fast.
That's true. That is why I'm relenting.
But yeah, braking would adjust your speed. I get what you're saying.
Yes. And when I said accelerate, I was like, well, braking would be de-acceleration, and that's why we've got that moniker. So it works. You're in
But
you're in the clear, Dan.
In that movie, Need
Thanks.
for Speed, no one is slamming on their brakes. You know what I mean?
You watch that?
They should.
No,
Some of
I
them
haven't
should.
seen that.
It's against the
It
law,
might.
dude.
Might show up on this fucking show, dude. All right, this beam, it disintegrates this punk. 3 already in like the first 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm winning right now. Harry takes the punk's pistol, puts it in his glove compartment. There's a whole bunch of other shit in there. Fucking hand grenades, all kinds of shit. Apparently New York's rough in 2031. At a nearby museum, an exhibit for the Lochnar. This is our green glowing orb from the beginning. Gunshots are heard and men scramble out the front door. They run into the street. A pretty woman with red hair. The man's daughter runs from the museum. She's chased by Rudnick and his thugs, his goons.
Red hair, wearing white.
Mm-hmm.
Fifth Element. Like just
that's right,
even more, yeah.
She does find Harry in his cab. Harry remarks that his... let me see here. Oh, he's like, there's a police station nearby. If you need help, I can take you there. By then she passes out, I guess, from, I don't know what.
Because her
She's
fucking
scared, I
skirt's
guess.
so goddamn tight, she can't breathe.
Mm-hmm.
He does carry her inside to report the murder, but the police are little help. They want money from him to report this. I believe it's $1,000 to conduct an investigation.
Yeah, but it's like 1,000 chrono dollars or some weird.
Yeah, we have different money going on now.
Mm.
Harry leaves her
crypto.
and takes her. Dogecoin? Harry leaves her and takes her to his place.
If they want 1,000 Dogecoin, is that like 83 cents or something?
That's like negative 15 cents.
Oh, okay.
It costs you money to transfer it.
Back at Harry's apartment, the woman wakes up. She tells her that Rudnick and his men are after the Lochnar, and her father, with her father dead, she's the only one that knows where it's at. The guy who does the voice of Rudnick, I believe he was in Livewire, not as an actor, not as a voice actor.
Whoa. He played the clown.
I was going to say, did he do the robot?
I didn't look it up. I looked him up, but I didn't see what character he was. I seen that he was in Livewire, though. They also mentioned that this is the boss, like Venutians. I don't know his fucking name.
The Venusians?
Fig Newtons?
Venusians? They want it as well, believing that it possesses magical powers. Harry tells her to sleep on the couch. He goes off to bed. She comes into room and strips naked and gets in bed with Harry here.
Sorry.
And they make love.
I hate to slow down before you get to the fucking, but I really dig Harry's wind down routine. Come home, quickly make a sandwich, flip through the TV, don't decide on anything, strip, go right to bed.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the most relatable thing in the movie for me.
Well, you are a classic naked sleeper. We know that.
I'm a classic naked sleeper. I'm a classic sandwich lover, and I'm a horrible flip through the channel. Can't commit. Fuck it. I'll go do something else. Also fuck redheads. Just fucking waylay them, dude. Like a fucking Hydra bulldozer with fucking redheads, dude. Just look out.
The next morning, they do have love. They make love.
Oh, dude, he shows her the stars and stripes forever, baby.
Dan, what's up with your language tonight? You got the...
I mean, we have...
You got the speed pedal. They have love.
Speed pedal's cool, dude. That's cool.
Hello, would you like to have a bit of love?
We got so much boobage and sex in this. You know, I try not to... You know, we could dig deep into the animation of he rubs her nipple and all kinds of stuff. It's pretty sexual. It gets in there like oh shit.
It's absolutely sexual. God, I love this flick, mate. I love this pick.
Whoa.
Fantastic selection, mate. Finally on the show.
Pete Kidman.
Pete, this is a Canadian film, not an Australian.
Hey, they're speaking my language. I am hyped to talk fucking Red Bush, mate.
Whoa.
Did you see that beef? By God.
It was
That was a New York slice.
Why the redheads, dude?
Why not?
I mean, sometimes blonde, though, right?
Number 2, right? I mean, it's like...
I've seen her blonde before.
And I haven't?
Well, I think
I've
she
been
has
in a
that
room with her,
restraining.
mate.
She has that restraining order.
What was her true? What is her true color?
I didn't come here to talk about my sister, mate. I came here to talk about fucking and heavy metal.
Oh yeah, we love those as well. But
Every time I come in here, I got to
famous
answer
person.
questions about my sister. It rubs me raw. All right?
you have any other?
I'd rather be
siblings?
raw dogging some redhead in future New York, mate.
Mm-hmm.
Is this like one of your favorite films, Pete?
Yeah. It's probably one of 3 movies I own that don't have.
What are the other 2?
Well, let's see. Well, I'd have to check because I do by genre. I don't go in alphabetical
Oh,
order.
shit.
Yeah.
You have 3 movies and you sort them by genre?
Well, I only have 3 movies that aren't Nicole's, mate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You buy all your sister's movies?
Well, not all of them.
She doesn't.
Have
give
you heard of
copies?
screeners, mate?
Yeah, I think that's what Dan was getting to. Are you getting free copies from Nicole?
VPN, bro.
So you're illegally.
You're stealing your sister's movies?
Is this to get like back at her or something?
Wait, and then you're putting them onto DVDs and sorting them by genre?
I already paid to go watch the movie in IMAX.
She doesn't invite you.
Why
to,
do
like,
I got to
the
pay
premiere?
$39.99 for special features and maybe she's in a quarter of?
Where are you buying your DVDs? That's a lot.
It's Australia, Kron.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, Australian dollars. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah,
sounds
39
about
Chronobergs.
Henry Rollins loves buying vinyl over there in Australia, I hear.
You got to play it the other way, though. Don't fuck up your record.
Yeah, time.
It spins the
zones.
other way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like the toilet, yeah.
No, that's a... I don't know who
That's a
started
myth?
that, mate. Nah.
Oh.
I think it was The Simpsons.
They've done everything right.
Mhm.
Well,
Pete, why do you love
I
heavy
had
metal
something
so
else
much?
prepared, but that's fine. Let's move
What do
on.
you got? What do you got? What do you got?
Tell us.
No, I've already been here for too long, mate.
No.
No.
Tell us.
I'm getting personally excited thinking about more boobage to come, so
Oh, so you're coming back in?
I'll be coming in there. I'm pointing elsewhere. All right?
All right, Pete. Thank you for all that you do. I don't know what he does.
No worries, mate. Love you.
Love you.
Oh, when he said he'd be coming in there, he pointed to a cardboard box in the corner of his room.
Yeah, is that like his spank shack or
I
something?
don't know. It's disgusting.
Who you talking about?
Pete.
Pete Kidman
Kidman.
came by.
He comes in a box?
Apparently.
He pointed over. It was a box. It was weird.
It had
Is it
sleep
like
pod
it's like
written
your
on the side of it.
humidifier? You pee in a humidifier, he comes in a cardboard box.
Mhm.
I don't pee in a humidifier.
Yes,
All
we
right, the
do,
next-
dude. Piss in the humidifier.
The next morning, she's gone, and a couple of thugs show up. The cops show up at his apartment, and they're wanting to know where she's at. He tells me he doesn't know. He's like, but you came in yesterday and tried to report something with her. He's like, look, I don't know where the hell she is. Harry goes downstairs. He starts getting ready for his day. Another punk shows up. This is one of Rudnick's goons. He pops up in the back seat and threatens Harry with a fucking crazy-ass knife. Harry's about to press his death ray button, but then Rudnick appears. He's like, don't fucking do that. Rudnick tells Harry that he wants the Lochnar for a group of interested buyers from a nearby planet.
And Rutger Hauer, he looks like he's like all rocky, right? Looks like a hard turd.
Rutger Hauer?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I was trying to help you out. I'm going to misspeak too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he looks like
Take the edge off you. Looks like the Thing. Looks like a poop version of the Thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, Rudnick.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he fucking puts his cigar out on his seat. That's fucked up.
Right after he lights it. I mean, you didn't even took one puff and put it out.
That was a fuck you cigar. I'm so rich I can one puff this shit.
Did anybody catch like Jaws 7 was playing at the theater?
Yeah, I think I did see that.
I thought that was pretty funny.
What'd they even get up to? 4?
4.
It's really not that many sequels in the past. You know, considering how Hollywood cranks these things out now.
Yeah, that would be, what? So 4 was in the 80s. So you're talking like 40 years in between. It's like our Halloween series, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe 7's like, it's a legacy reboot. Or it's 7, they could have started over. It could have actually be number 11. Not to mention any Jaws spin-offs.
Like number 7.
Jaws Resurrected.
Dad.
Yeah.
It's a shark. Does anybody have a shark category?
No. Too spooky.
I don't have
silent.
a shark category.
You have a shark category?
I have something that you could put a shark movie into.
Monsters?
A DVD player?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, a swimming pool.
I got a VCR right next to me, and you can pop your Jaws tape right into it.
Later in traffic, Harry gets a message from a woman telling him to meet him at the Statue of Liberty. Harry notices he's being followed by 2 of Rudnick's dudes. They're riding like these hover pods. Harry races off through traffic. He does use a cannon from his taxi cab to fuck these goons up. That's pretty sweet.
Is that the future of America? We're just not going to repeal the Second Amendment or adjust it. We're just going to have to lean into it hardcore.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you gotta have... If you don't have 8 guns...
Yeah, if you don't have miniguns popping out of your taillights...
Yeah, just...
Are you even American?
Drive off a pier already.
I mean, everybody should... They should make grenades legal, right?
Grenades?
Yeah.
Okay. Fine.
You can have the grenades, but no RPGs, all right?
Well, what's the difference?
One makes a bigger explosion? I don't
You
know.
gotta throw. You
One
gotta
is
throw a
rocket
grenade.
propelled. That's the difference.
One never hits helicopters in movies. Right?
I can't
All
think
right.
of a time where a grenade, off the top of my head, where a grenade was used to hit a helicopter.
No, the RPG.
Dude,
It's always at a helicopter.
so many fucking movies.
Kron's like, fuck, that's my category. RPG helicopter.
Mm-hmm.
RPG V helicopter. That's a good category.
It's grenade v helicopter.
Oh, that's rough.
You're gonna have to find them.
Revenge 6 RPG.
Mm-hmm.
At the Statue of Liberty, he meets this woman who tells him she's going to sell the Lochnar. It's the chick from earlier that he had at his apartment he was banging. Harry agrees to accompany her, but he wants half of the money.
Half of
They had-
300,000 chrono dollars.
It might be like 2 million, man. We never know.
Harry's voice is very familiar. He sounds like somebody's brother. I can't think of it.
Nicole Kidman's?
No.
Kim Hinkle?
No. I don't know if he's got a brother. I don't think he's got a family. I think he just is.
Mm-hmm. Crawled out of the earth one day.
Fucking Virgin Mary had him.
Yeah.
Some fucking covenant.
He might have been birthed by the Illuminati. That's why he's got it out for him. No, I'll let you keep thinking.
At the abandoned bridge, Harry does cover the lady here. She walks the case with the Lochnar to Rudnick. He gives her the money. She leaves. Rudnick opens the case, grabbing the Lochnar, and he immediately melts.
What is this drug illegal exchange briefcase that has a bill counter built
I think
in?
it's smart. You instantly know what you're getting.
Yeah, I was thinking like, what if he just, it's 2 in there and he just put the 300?
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. Yeah.
No, I think it's certified by like Samsonite that
Okay.
whatever number pops up, that's how much money's in there.
It's unhackable.
Yeah, it's like a third party verified number.
Maybe it's from the bank. Like,
but how bad is the
it.
future that some company develops? Like, we need a briefcase designed specifically to hold money for illegal exchanges.
Trademark. 5DR, copyright.
Yeah, you can't take that Samsonite unless you pay the 5DR boys.
This is a good fucking idea.
Do you think Samsonite has that conversation, like in board meetings? Like, all right, here's our 2 markets: business execs, drug dealers.
Mm-hmm.
What do they want?
Samsonite sells weed. What are you talking about?
I think that's Samson.
Fly me straight to the moon. The motherfucker gets me high every afternoon.
That's Samson.
Who's Samsonite?
Shut up, bitch. Yeah. Well, I was just going to say, maybe Samsonite just goes, well, you just create a fancy steel executive version, right, for normal distribution, and then you do another one with leopard print, and that's for the drug lords.
Dan, Samsonite makes all kinds of like luggage and shit in Dumb and Dumber when he's like Swami, Swanson.
Check the briefcase. Maybe it's on the briefcase. Yeah.
Oh, Samsonite. I was way off.
Is it a real company?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know it was just made up by the Farley brothers.
Go fly into like any airport and I'm sure you'll see a Samsonite fucking kiosk that'll sell you luggage.
How are you this up to date on luggage?
I do a lot of deals on the side, dude. I'm begging for a bill counter built in.
Stop, all the fucking fingers are hurting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, he's got to do it in the toilet stall. His legs are going numb, having that heavy briefcase on his lap while he's counting out hundreds.
He's like, this is all part of the game, isn't it? Fuck.
Cutting up newspaper, trying to make it stack neatly underneath a few fake 100s.
Kron, you need to just like find Jesus. Maybe your life will be a little easier.
Quit buying it and I won't have to do these deals anymore, dude.
Shut up, dude.
You're buying from me.
Harry and this woman, they drive away. She's in the back seat. She pulls a pistol on him. She says, Harry, I'm taking all this fucking money. He's like, we should go away. And she's like, fuck that. After confirming that she is serious about this, Harry does push his death ray button, killing her. Harry winds up with all the money to himself. Back at the bridge, the Lochnar begins to glow again and flies away. Harry says, I'm just going to put it down as a 2-day ride with one hell of a tip. We get to Lochnar. He starts speaking here. My evil corrupts the most innocent. The Lochnar chose the girl because, like he says, she has powers that she doesn't even know of. His evil is worshipped on some planets. We go into our story, Din here. Din is a present-day teenager. He's a fucking nerd geek, bro. Skinny little thing. He is doing a scientific experiment when he finds the Lochnar in his backyard. He thought it was a meteorite that fell down. Or a meteor. What do we say, meteorite or meteor?
A meteorite is a really small, right? I think it's based on the size of it.
Okay.
Or like maybe maybe a meteorite is a meteor that went through the atmosphere, or like made landfall.
I didn't know if maybe we were wrong and then they changed it. They're like, no, we're supposed to be saying meteor, not meteorite. But yeah, you might be right. Kron, I think you're looking it up. Interrupt me when you do.
No, I wasn't.
All right. He puts it in his room. While performing this experiment with lightning, the spear harnesses the energy and propels the teenager through outer space to a distant planet. As he travels, his body changes into a much larger, more muscular man. This is Din. He arrives on the planet. He witnesses a human sacrifice being conducted by a nude priestess.
Hell yeah, dude.
Wearing an elaborate mask. Din does notice his body has changed here and looks down and says, big. And he's like, I can't be walking around here with my dork hanging out. So
classic line, dude. I mean, one of the most memorable from this movie.
How many times have you said that to yourself this week when you got out of the shower, Kron?
Oh, I said it today coming out of the bathroom at work. I can't be walking around with my dork hanging out like this.
You have to say it to yourself? My coworkers say it for me.
Hey, put that dork away.
Hey, put your dork away, dude. It's unprofessional.
Do we know the meaning of dork?
Whale penis or something, right?
Yeah, I think that's it too. That's what I thought. Kron, anything different?
I didn't know it was that.
You didn't know it was a whale's penis?
No, I thought a dork was just like a loser, you know? Some nerdy bookworm type.
Din is voiced by John Candy. All right, he does witness this human sacrifice. All right.
Yeah, they throw the chick in the water, and he's like, what the hell? Why'd they do that? And dives in.
This is something out of the
Old Testament. That's what a fucking hero does, man.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so he jumps in. The priestess here is worshiping a green
as
ball.
hell.
She's pretty good looking. She is worshiping a green ball, which is the Lochnar, and she wants it placed in the idol hands, is what she wants. The priestess then orders another young nude woman to throw her into the pool for this ritual, and this is when Din dives in to rescue her.
Oh, this is also in the movie where my wife walked into the room and said, "You're watching animated tits now."
We called it last week, didn't we?
Mm-hmm. You sure did. And it happened just as we predicted.
What was your response?
I just said, look. I pointed at the screen. Why fight it anymore? Her and I both know who I am.
You just turn around like, pretty cool, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Why can't you throw another naked lady in a pool?
Yeah.
Take notes.
This is what I want. Okay?
Get the hit. Get the hit. It's my love language.
I'm already sitting here with my dork hanging out.
It would have been great if she was just like, now they're animated.
That's basically what she said. She's like, now you're watching animated tits.
Fuck.
In all actuality, given the type of show that we try to movie, like the movie that we try to pick for the show, I'm surprised Like, our boob percentage isn't that high. It could be way higher.
We gotta be over 50 though, right?
50
Pairs of boobs?
movies
Or
or 50?
50%.
Oh, I don't know if we're at 50%. We've got way too many fucking kids movies.
Who's picking those?
I'm trying to soften it up around here, you know?
It's honestly more disturbing when I'm watching MXP than
I know
animated.
That's funnier to me. So
I'm trying to harden it up over here.
Mm-hmm.
my wife expects tits on TV. So when I'm watching a monkey skiing, she's really confused.
She's like, "Are you sick?"
In the head.
No, they know that already.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the woman, she explains, this is Catherine. She's British. She's very grateful that Den saved her and offers her body to Den. The two begin to have sex, but are interrupted by a group of creatures. Both are taken to a palace of a young man named Arid. He's a rival of the priestess who was doing the sacrifice there on this strange planet. Both are competing for the possession of the Lochnar to perform this ritual. Ard orders Din to go to the Queen's palace and steal the Lochnar. If Din completes this task, he will give Din Catherine back, which he's placed under. I guess he put her to sleep or some shit, like Sleeping Beauty type shit.
Listen, my dad's a real powerful man, all right?
It does have a very,
He's got a yacht, frat bro-y. It's an incredible choice to put against the, the typical fantastical, priestess. Jesus Christ. Whatever you got, Dan, is fucking super spreading. Priestess. Priestess.
He does. How's that, Bones?
Priestess.
Priestess?
Priestess.
A priestess. That doesn't sit right coming out of my mouth. A priestess. Like I want to put a little John Lovitz in there.
I was going to say a little walking on it.
Yeah. They're two sides of the same coin, right?
Lovitz and walking.
Kind of.
Oh, we were robbed of that buddy cop movie.
Yeah. They could have played brothers. Why do you always do this? You'd love that for me, wouldn't you? Sort of like family drama. They got to rob a bank or some shit.
I want to watch it so bad.
You were always his favorite. Don't be like that. Who took care of you after the incident?
He's going to write this. He's not sleeping tonight until he finishes that script. Arn's greatest warrior, Norel, accompanies Din with a small, some other fucking guards.
Is this the talking gorilla?
Yeah. They're all
great voice on this guy, too.
Animals. We got to go underground.
Fucking Dr. Moreau shit.
Mm-hmm.
Guard tower. We got to go underground. They infiltrate the Queen's palace and separate to find the Lochnar. Din sees it in a darkened room and reaches for it, grabbing the bare breast of the Queen instead. She orders him to be executed, then changes her mind and takes her back to her bedchamber. She tells Din that if he can please her, she may let him live.
Kron, is this why this one's our favorite? Because we're fucking pervs?
Yeah, I mean, it's got the most kind of...
Thank God you said yes.
Did you guys
showed my hand there.
This is a original heavy metal magazine story. Did you look up any of the pictures from the actual magazine?
Mm-mm.
No, but to go to Bones' point, this is exactly what I was thinking when I was 14.
Yeah, he has a giant dong. It's like great, good animated too. Like drawn, nice, thick.
Oh, when he's transforming, when he's like going through the. Oh,
No,
in the
it's-
photos of
I think
the.
I think Dan's
his
saying
dong
like
is out all
in
through
the heavy metal
shit.
magazine.
Oh no! Okay, sorry.
You
So
can
he's got to
see
like.
head and pubes and everything.
Okay.
It's huge.
So he's circumcised.
Yeah. Well, maybe he's hard, so I don't know.
Got a club, huh?
He's
hanging
hard
dong.
through the entire issue.
No, he bones a lot of these women. So
Oh, okay.
this is a way longer story in the actual magazine. So
Is it like it's an ongoing thing? It goes through
Yes.
multiple.
So Den is an original heavy metal magazine. Kron's writing that down.
So we could get an Amazon Prime Den,
Yeah, Chronicles of Din.
like in the style of, Invincible or something. You mentioned Fincher like loving this and wanting to do one. I would fucking love a modern one.
Yeah, he was connected. There's
I
been
think
many people. Robert Rodriguez has been connected.
Well, I think the Love, Death, and Robots thing kind of came out of this, didn't it?
Yeah, it's what it finally ended up kind of being.
And he did one of those, right?
Yeah, I
Fincher?
think-
Yeah, I think he did 2 seasons.
But I think he directed one of the episodes
Yeah, he did
or one of the shorts.
first one, I believe. I've never watched it, so I hear good things though. People say it's pretty good. But this is the story where this is like the ultimate. We're comic book nerds, so this is where, as Kron was saying, they're letting us reign free to draw whatever the fuck we want, and heavy metal was a huge influence on a lot of these guys who were doing fucking Disney jobs and animations for commercials and shit like that. So
Right.
yeah, of course, all the tits were going to be fucking huge, and this guy was going to be a geek turned into a giant muscle guy with a huge fucking donger, So that's what Den came from.
Story of my life.
Just pump iron, dudes. Fucking protein pump. We'll be there. Trust us. Trust 5DR. That's what we do all day. All right, this queen, she tells Den if he can please her, then she might let him live. He agrees, and after some energetic sex, the queen is satisfied. But unfortunately, a few guards do show up and tell her that the Lochnar has been stolen. Nari, Ard's greatest warrior, had taken it and escaped. Believing Den was distracted so the Lochnar could be stolen, the queen is enraged and she tries to kill Den herself, but he escapes on an alien horse.
But she just doesn't have enough energy left.
He rocked her world.
Mm-hmm.
She's dehydrated.
The queen does fly after him. This is where they meet up with Ard, who's already begun his ritual with the Lochnar. Catherine is the human sacrifice again. Den once again rescues her by posing as a priest.
Lochnar, for real, like, hook it up, dude. Give me power.
Please, bro.
Come on, man.
Well, and this is the scene where Ard is like, "Shut up, bitch."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming right up. When Den sees the queen and Ard fighting over Lochnar, he gets an idea. Yeah, back up, bitch.
It's my Lochnar,
It's mine.
bitch. Back off.
Yeah. It's so
Stop
funny,
it, you stupid
dude.
bitch.
I rewound it a couple times because I was like, the line read is so goofy.
He does wrap a chain around a spear. He throws the spear into the rock above the Lochnar. He then flips the other side into a pool. The lightning strikes. This is basically the same thing that brought him into this world, and it causes the Ard and the queen to vanish. Presuming they end up back in Earth, I guess, because since that's how Den got there.
Well, but I think at the end, he's like, I don't want to go back. Because she's like...
it sends those two to Earth.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because I think he's like, Mom's going to be so surprised when...
Yeah, they show up.
Mm-hmm.
The Lochnar itself, it starts tumbling down the stairs.
Yeah, but then they'll be forced to work together, you know? It'll be like enemy mine. Because this chick's going to be impregnated with Den's spawn.
Oh, shit, that's right.
Yeah, dude. This is fucking enemy mine.
Catherine does suggest to Den that they should rule the planet. He refuses. He chooses to fly away with Catherine. She does say, but you could have went back to Earth too. And he's like, nah, I like it here. The Lochnar breaks free of the staff, which it was on for this little episode, and flies off into space. That brings us to Captain Stern.
Ugh.
This is a pretty short one.
Yeah, the worst segment of this movie.
The Lochnar flies through space into a large space station, Jesus, near Jupiter. It lands on the floor. It's about the size of a marble right now. It is picked up by a strange-looking man. He heads to a room full of humans and aliens. A trial is being held. The accused is Mr. Captain Lincoln Stern.
The features on the guy that picks it up, Hanover Fist, right? That's his name.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, the features on him are physically repulsive. I don't...
He's kind of got a
good job.
Mac Tonight
Yeah.
thing going on.
Like the deadness in the eyes combined with that, you know, Robert Zadar chin and fucking nose.
We head to the prosecutor here. He gives a long list of crimes that Captain Stern is accused of: murder, piracy in space, rape, and one moving violation.
Now, that's another voice I recognize. Do you guys recognize that voice?
Stern or the prosecutor?
The prosecutor.
Harry, is he in Harry Potter?
No, I think he was dead by that point. He was in a 5DR movie. Gave a pretty famous line, which has been a sign-off for the show since we watched it.
Oh, he's
Robot Jocks?
Achilles, or what's the
No.
other guy's name?
No, he is the guy who, in Savage Streets, he's the principal.
Oh, shit.
Go
Oh,
fucking
Buddies
Iceberg.
Forever.
No, that's from Brain Scan.
I'm all mixed up. What
Yeah.
fucking sign off do we use from?
One party.
No, go fucking Iceberg.
Oh, that's
Oh.
right. Oh, yeah. Hand over fist is Squidward. And SpongeBob.
Okay, so another fucked up face.
Maybe the guy who does the voices is real.
Yeah,
Weird
maybe
looking.
I should watch what I'm saying. Yeah.
The prosecutor asks Stern what his plea is. Much to everybody's surprise, he says, "Not guilty. Y'all gots to feel me." Stern's attorney is like, "Dude, what the fuck's wrong with you? Like, they got you like dead to rights here." Stern refuses. He says, "I got an angle."
His angle is to wear a diaper, fart through the entire trial, fall asleep. Oh, wait. That's somebody else on this planet.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry I went there.
The prosecutor calls witness Hand over Fist, to whom Stern has promised a huge payout if he testifies for him that Stern is a good guy. Fist is-
35,000 Zuki dollars or something. I
Yeah,
mean,
some crazy ass thing. Fist is a man who did pick up the marble-sized Lochnar in the hallway when it landed up there. While on the stand, he begins to play with the marble as he testifies that Stern is a good person. He begins to...
I get where this one is going, but at the time that I was watching it, I was like, this guy's up for like 12 murders, 14 whatevers, and his whole thing is like, I got a character witness that says I'm a nice person. That's not going to hold up, dude.
Not to mention a guy that is physically repulsing and has like, the personality of fucking wet toast. Like it playing with a marble, like rolling a marble back and forth like a fucking man-child. Like you're supposed to, yeah. What jury's going to believe this guy?
It's like the judge didn't stop him from doing that shit.
Well, but it's like, I mean, if you're up for 14 murders, one character witness does not get you out of that. They've probably got witnesses and other evidence that they can use against you.
And also, we didn't get to see the full trial.
Yeah. And usually doesn't the prosecution go first? Like it's their whole point to make, they have to prove guilt.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, we don't know how it works on this alien planet.
Oh, that's right. It's space rules.
Gotta change that. He does testify that Stern's a good character, but he begins to spout more crimes that Stern has committed. Stern in the courtroom are all shocked as Hanover Fist becomes more hostile and angry and starts to grow into a huge humanoid bent on killing Stern himself. Stern runs out of the courtroom and Hanover Fist chases after him. He causes lots of destruction as he's chasing Stern through the station here. When he finally catches Stern, Stern offers him the money he had promised him for his testimony. Hanover Fist instantly changes back into his normal self and takes the money and says, "Thanks, boss." Stern suddenly bids Hanover Fist goodbye and pulls a lever, opening a trap door under him, dropping him into space. He burns up, and all that's left is his hand still clenching the Lochnar.
So to be clear, in this segment, the Lochnar does nothing. It really has like no power. Because I assume that this guy, like they had it all worked out where he would rage out, chase him through the hallway, and he would get away scot-free.
I mean, he still gets away, right?
Yeah, but it's like, why is the Lochnar even in this story?
I misunderstood. I thought it was him playing with the Lochnar while he was supposed to be lying. The Lochnar made him start to reveal the real stuff, and then the Lochnar gave him the power to be all big and shit.
Yeah, but Stern doesn't know that the Lochnar is going to do that.
Yeah, but he still pays him off, and then he just goes back to normal, and he's like, hey, good job.
Oh, I think
this is what I wanted to happen.
No. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think we got three different narratives. I think at the end he just gave him the money as like a, hey, please stop. I don't want you to kill me. Here, fine, here's the money. I think it's totally coincidental that the Lochnar...
If the Lochnar is like the sum of all evil... It can be bought off with 35,000 Zuki dollars?
I don't think it had anything to do... The original plan did not include the Lochnar.
I don't think the original plan included the Lochnar, but I think the original plan was you rage out in the courtroom, I'll take off running, and then in all the like chaos, I'll just escape.
Oh, I didn't take that at all. I thought the original plan was everybody's going to love your ugly ass face telling lies. And then that's going to get me off. So
I think I'm with Kron. I don't understand how Stern, if Hand Over Fist just picked up the Lochnar and it changed him into that, yeah, Stern would never know that, I mean, that he was going to grow into this giant fucking thing. Mm-hmm. I thought the Lochnar was a reason he was
you're with me, not Kron.
Oh, am I?
I think the guy, like, he just found a guy who could do that shit already.
Oh, I don't think so.
I think so. Dan, pull up the original French comic and...
It's a magazine, Kron. And I can't because we got
You might be right. My interpretation was that the whole plan went sour, and the only way Stern could get out of it was, hey, man, here's your money. And then coincidentally happened to be above that fucking hatch.
Tell us what you think on Discord as we take a pee break.
I'm ready. I'll quit talking.
Well, welcome back to 5-Day Rentals. We are in the middle of heavy fucking metal here. Titties, fucking rock and roll, fucking melting people, cab drivers, orbs, meteorites, meteors.
What about zombie World War II pilots?
We're not there yet. But we're getting there. Did you guys watch Nowhere Land, the deleted scene that I sent you?
Yeah. And it pissed me off because I was like, this is what I wanted this movie to kind of be. Was like a long instrumental section. Crazy visuals.
It's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. They should have kept that in. Seemed like it would have been badass.
This was cut, but now on the little, the making of, all the artists were like, why the fuck didn't we keep that in there? Because like that's fucking amazing. And I guess it's a pretty like famous artist as well that did it. His name was like Copeland or something.
Yeah, I read a little thing today where it's like, for whatever reason, they started that one later, and they were like, they just didn't think they could finish it by their deadline. So they were like, we'll cut it. But then I read the same thing, like pretty much any animator that worked on this was like, we really should have kept that segment. Like it was different and it was cool. So
yeah, I think it was originally slated to come out in like a November release for this, and Reitman called, or is it Reitman? Ivan Reitman?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he called and was like, hey, can we make that like a summer release? So basically pushing, like, or killing 3 months of work that they had to complete it. And a lot of these dudes had normal jobs, and then they would work on heavy metal like before they went into work and then after they got off. And then they'd like all go and fucking drink and shit. Fuck yeah. Bones, what'd you think?
I scrubbed through it. I did not watch it. Sorry. When you sent it, I was dealing with something.
I felt like even the music was like a cool change of pace because it was a lot more, it was like slower, more, I don't know, like more vibey than just picking a song off the radio, you know?
Yeah, it comes right into B17, our next segment here.
Well, and it starts with like the dude's hand holding the orb, right? And it like lands.
It falls in.
Yeah.
We go through dinosaurs. We go through cavemen. We go through like some medieval times. Follow pretty much all the way up to civilization, war, and then into World War II. And that's where we get the B-17s.
Yeah.
The idea being that it landed on Earth and was here on Earth up until then.
Yeah.
And its reveal is during World War II? Okay.
So this next one is what they call B-17. We got a squadron of World War II B-17 bombers. They are flying across Europe in 1943. They are taking heavy anti-aircraft fire, and 2 of the cargo gunners are killed. The murderer himself, he is killed. It's the bomb guy pretty much. But the plane drops its load successfully as it flies back to its airfield.
I've done that plenty of times.
The co-pilot climbs into the cargo bay to check on the crew. All are dead. He also finds his tail gunner is dead as well. The THX version, is it THX version that they put out? I guess the original version is whenever the the gunner is getting killed. You can hear him getting killed. And I think that's the only thing they added in from the original to make it the THX. The sound effects there. Because I guess they edited that out originally with plain noise. Maybe for ratings, I guess. But that was the reason why. 1996 is the first year that this was released on VHS. So that that silver heavy metal VHS cover that I think Bones mentioned it last week.
Mm-hmm.
That was the one we rented as well. So that 1996 was the first time it came out to VHS. So it was a big event that they finally got. I think it was the co-creator of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that finally got the rights. And he just eventually went to all the artists involved in the soundtrack. That's where all the rights were fucked up. And he pretty much said, like, all right, we're going to do a VHS. You're going to get paid. So, like, let's get this fixed. And they all agreed, and it finally came out. So the people were very excited when it came out.
That seems to be the holdup on a lot of things not getting a physical release anymore still, right? Like, if there's a TV show and you've ever wondered, like, why isn't there a box set of that? I believe it usually connects to music rights.
Yeah, or even movie, like some of those, like jukebox musicals where it just had a lot of like popular music at the time in it. I feel like that's a lot of the reason that stuff has trouble getting physical release is because, one guy who had a song on it is like holding out for 2% more money or something. So
is that? No, I think Friday the 13th, like the directors are fighting.
Oh, like why they can't make a new Friday the 13th? Yeah, I think there's like one
and the other guy.
I think there's like one guy that owns the rights to the character, and there's one guy that owns the rights to the name, and yeah, it's like you can't get the two of them on board or some shit. So,
even though it's gonna make $30 million in its first week, like, come on.
Bond went through the same issue. So
James.
Yes.
James.
Yeah, which one are you talking about, Bones?
All right. When he looks back out the window, he
Samantha
sees
Bond, the M from. Never mind. One of the actresses that played M, or not M, Moneypenny was her real name was Samantha Bond. Fun fact.
She told everybody that.
She's not in the gas cocaine one though.
She's like, my real name's Bond, right? They're like, cool. Look at all this fucking Bond chick over here.
Let's recast this role in the next movie.
All right, he looks out the window of the plane and he sees the Loch-Nor following him in the air. It flies under the plane and just pretty much fucking blows its way up into the plane.
What a bummer that you survived this airstrike and then a fucking celestial sphere fucks you up.
As this Loch-Nor is doing this, it does knock out the co-pilot. The entire plane glows green. The co-pilot wakes up and walks back through the plane. He stops briefly to check on the cargo gunners. Their bodies have disappeared. He checks on all the other positions. He does knock on the hatch. When he gets no answer, he opens it up, and two clawed hands suddenly grab him and pull him inside.
Fuck yeah.
Screams. The man screams from an unseen beast that kills him, and blood splatters inside the turret there. It's pretty cool.
Don't get cocky, kid.
Back in the cockpit, the pilot tells the co-pilot on the plane's radio, or he calls for him, but he gets no answer. He flips on autopilot and walks back to check out the plane. When he opens the door, he sees dead crew members. They have been transformed into skeletal monsters with clawed fingers. He fires his pistol at them, and he jumps off the plane. He parachutes into a deserted island. He notices that many other warplanes have crashed and landed there, and the crews on them have been transformed into pretty much zombies that he's seen on his own plane. He screams. This leads into So Beautiful and So Dangerous. This was a 2.5-year running segment in the original magazine, but they since they cut so much time from the artist here, they basically said like, "Hey, we just went total Cheech and Chong here and went for laughs instead of working out the whole 2 years worth of this story." So originally it was supposed to be longer.
We reduced your 2.5 years into a 15-minute segment.
Now, I dislike the hand over fist one the most. This is the most incomprehensible. Just
it's like stuff just happens, and you're like, "What the fuck are they trying to do here?"
So, Dan, I thank you for that trivia on this, because even in my rewatch, I was like, "Did I miss something?" Oh no, this is just poorly connected and constructed.
Yeah,
and
I feel like
just a Coke joke.
The end of this one too is just like, all right, we're done with this story. Like, they just like drop it so quick, and it's like, okay.
I think when they do the drugs, Zeke and Edsel or whatever, and they go on the trip with like the music and shit, I think that shit's cool. But yeah, this is definitely one where it was affected by the time crunch.
I think I would be more forgiving if that's just what it was. If it was just aliens do drugs and trip out versus the whole government. Like this, I mean, this poor woman, like this movie doesn't age well in terms of its treatment of women. This poor lady gets it the absolute worst.
I think this is also maybe Reitman's comical side trying to be sprinkled in a little much, maybe.
Yeah.
I think it starts off cool with a cool concept. But the B-52 pilot's image appears on the scope of a massive spaceship hovering over Earth. This image changes to the Pentagon. We got a limousine. It arrives with a scientist, Dr. Anric. He gets out. He's accused of, he starts getting asked questions about strange occurrences that is happening around the globe. People are turning green and growing legs out of their head and shit. He ignores all these reporters and walks into the Pentagon. He joins a large meeting that's going on with a whole bunch of military people and senators and scientists and shit. They're all discussing the occurrences that Anric was asked about by the reporters. People are turning hostile and attacking each other, they say. Anric explains that there's nothing to be worried about here. There's no threat to the world. Like we're the only people out there. There's nothing out in space.
And there's that fat Southern senator or something that's like, my constituents are turning green and growing arms and stuff. Yeah.
Good voice work though here, I think.
Thanks, man.
Through this whole thing.
Oh, the movie.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. You too.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Me too.
Yeah, you got a good Southern Republican.
We don't know what he was.
Oh, come on, dude.
I'm a Dixiecrat now.
Oh, shit. Never mind.
I mean, her body, her choice means absolute nothing to me. And quite honestly, I would segregate if I could.
Oh, okay. Republican then.
I think we're good. Joined the wrong show, sir. What's your name?
Well, when I said segregate, I was referring to records by genre.
Oh, I'm back on board now, dude. I don't know how to read this guy.
Sir. This is a movie podcast. As he is explaining all this, Andric's voice begins to slur, and he starts to get attacked. Or he attacks the secretary across the table.
Wow, I was about to say bold read, Dan, to call this his problem and not hers.
While he is attacking her, a massive spaceship appears over the Pentagon, lowering a tube it sucks up the roof of the building and penetrates into the meeting and sucks up Andric and the woman who he is attacking. The two are whisked through a long series of tubes. Andric finally lands and smashes into several pieces as he is a robot. The woman, her name is Gloria, she lands softly and is met by a short robot. He tells her that she can't return to Earth.
Also voiced by
John Candy.
John Candy again.
Candy, this is one of our alien friends here. Zeke is Ramus.
Yep.
He also had Eugene Levy throughout here.
Yeah, he's
John
in there somewhere.
Candy.
I think he's one of the reporters. Maybe.
No, he does.
He was telling that other guy not to put his dick in an apple pie.
I think he's one of the and Captain Stern's one as well.
Okay.
I can't remember who he is. But he does a few. I think he does 3. Gloria lands. The short robot tells her that she can't go back to Earth and leads her away. We got the ship's pilots here, Zeke and Edsel, as we said. They're like, man, the first Earth woman we see in how many years, and this robot's already like throwing game at her. Zeke and Edsel, they snort a huge amount of a drug called, what is it, plutonium? Nyborg or some shit?
Basically like space cocaine,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, pretty much coke.
Which they disperse with a little fucking Zamboni.
Mm-hmm.
Nose up. They do start to trip out here as they pilot the ship. Back in the bedroom, the robot pretty much has sex with Gloria. Not sure how this works, but she is feeling guilty about this.
Well,
the
vagina moistens
Mhm.
and actually dilates a little bit, and then
My concern is
Well,
more with the robot.
well, the robot probably has some sort of member that maybe extends.
Shut up, Dan. I'm writing all this down, dude.
Let him talk, dude.
Yeah, go on. What's the
give a
vagina
little
do
bit?
then? What does the vagina do then?
Can you give me a little bit more detailed? All right.
You see, when a robot loves a woman,
What was Fincher's thing called? Robot
love, death, and robots, maybe?
Love, Death, and Robots. Maybe this comes from there. He begs her to marry her. She agrees, but she wants a Jewish wedding. Zeke and Edsel, they land their spacecraft into a space colony. It crashes because they're both fucked up.
Well, and then there's a hint at her like promiscuism or something, because she's then like, oh, I forgot, are you circumcised? Like, she's just blowing through so many robots. She can't remember which of these.
Well, she also says, I'm afraid that I'll come home and you'll be giving it to the toaster or something. He's like, no, baby. I love you.
Okay. But assuming the toaster is just a toaster, if it's a sentient toaster, that would be cheating. If it's an inanimate object, that's just masturbation.
I mean, I've seen some pretty sexy toasters out there, though.
And that's not her right. That's not cheating.
Which one's the sexiest, Dan?
The red ones.
Okay. Weird.
You don't like the 4 slots?
No,
I thought
too
you'd
hot.
say like
too
the
hot to touch, baby. Too hot.
I thought you'd say like the Chef Mate RZ.
It sounds like you got a favorite there, Kron.
What?
What's your preferred setting? Bagel?
Cancel.
I find that bagel allows it to.
It's
Like the pop.
Oh fuck!
The bagel lets it. Let me refer to my notes here. Dilate slightly more.
Mhm. You feel pretty powerful when you hit that cancel button and you got it like timed perfect.
Usually I have to go down again.
Oh, you
on
like
the toaster?
it crispy, huh?
No. I like I don't like a toasted toast. I like a very just toasted, not like full on.
You like a warm piece of bread?
More than warm. It has to be a little bit toasted. I don't like a fucking like
Char. You don't want to.
yeah. I don't want to crunch my toast.
So you find. Were you saying that you prefer to keep your setting a little low and do multiple toasts versus?
Depends on my bread as
Okay.
well. Like wheat goes a little longer. But that's what usually all we buy. It depends on the honey wheat or the regular wheat that we buy.
It's like spray paint or staining wood. It's better to do it in multiple thin coats versus one heavy coat.
Yeah.
You can control the toast a little bit better.
What are you toasting at? Are you like a toasty toast guy?
Me?
Yeah.
I got mocked for my preferred toast method.
Well,
a few
you
months
gave us a
ago.
recipe. You didn't give us your settings.
I would say a medium toast. It sounds like I prefer a little bit more toast than you do, but if I can do my 2-slice method where I've got a warm but still soft in like one side, oh man, it's an absolute game changer. But like a bagel, I need there to be enough char on there that, when you put your smear on there, it's doable.
Yeah, I like a little more on the bagel as well.
Yeah.
Kron?
He's off bread, dude. He probably hasn't
Yeah,
used a toaster
right.
in a while.
Yeah. I had a piece of bread in 6 months, dude. Next question.
You drink enough beer, though, you may as well.
Mm-hmm. You put 6 egg whites into a pan. Eat that on a bed of spinach.
I tell you what, though, there's some protein bread out there. They're doing some things with pea protein and stuff. This last loaf I bought, it was like 9 grams of protein per serving. It's like, that's not bad. So, and given the amount of peanut butter I use, it's not tough to get 25 to 30 grams of protein with some peanut butter toast, baby.
Bulk it, baby.
Mm-hmm.
We're all fucking ripped here on 5DR.
Yeah. If you could just if there was a machine where you could just spread out a bunch of protein powder on the floor of a spaceship, hell yeah, dude. I'd fly high.
Mm.
We got one last story, Joe.
Oh my God. If you could fucking figure out how to put like whey protein in cocaine, you would make a shit ton of money off like these fucking Instagram sales bros.
Mm-hmm.
Like if they could get the hit of like a pre-workout or something like in a cocaine form, but
and just gym rats in general,
Yeah.
I feel like you'd instantly
holy shit.
crush the
All right.
market.
Copyright.
Yeah, if your cocaine had 15 grams of protein in it.
Fuck.
Our last
Right now,
one.
mine has none.
I know.
It's fucking up
Just
my
makes-
gains.
Yeah, if we got 2 grams of protein,
Mm-hmm.
it's a game changer.
Something.
I guarantee there's a meathead out there that has mixed protein powder and cocaine together.
Right, but if we can subvert the middleman, if we can sell direct to consumers.
Well, and you just got to buy one tub from us. I mean, we've already mixed it for you.
We want the subscription service, though.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they're going to subscribe, dude.
All right, guys, we got one more left. Tanara. I think her name is Tatara. Taarna.
You sound miserable. I'm having a good time.
Wait, did you just say the story is Tanara and the character is named Tatara?
Taarna.
Taarna.
RNA. Watch out, Fauci.
RNA.
Tarna?
Tarna?
I feel like it's like a double A.
Tarna.
Taarna.
Tarna. That Locknor confronts Grimmel's daughter. This is our scared little girl. For our one last story. One night, now the size of a giant meteor, Locknor appears in the sky on an alien planet.
Meteor or meteorite?
Meteor.
Meteorite.
He's huge. Meteor.
It's a meteor, right?
Yeah. Big one.
Well, how big's the planet? Could be the size of a marble.
That's big enough to fucking crash into itself in a volcano.
Does the orb change size, or is it dependent on the galaxy where size might be different from what we're used to?
I mean, I don't know that answer. It's a good question.
Well, because it appears on Earth as in multiple sizes, right?
Well, and
B-17.
on Captain Stern, it's a marble size.
Well, my point being, maybe those guys are just substantially, they're 10 times the size of an Earth human.
Mm-hmm.
So the perspective is off.
I mean,
So maybe on this world, they're like tiny compared to us. That's why it appears to be so large.
well, everybody's tiny compared to 5-day rentals. We're
Except
huge.
95% of all other podcasts.
We're the best podcast ever. Anybody fucking will fight anybody. We'll fight everybody.
5 people made it this far.
5VR will fight you for money. You gotta pay us.
When you get a second, look at the fucking views on Hard Target on YouTube.
Are they massive?
It's wildly inconsistent.
I'll look at that.
Something's wrong.
Is it high? Should we just start putting everything on YouTube?
Well, everything does go on YouTube. And
You know that,
they're
Kron?
like very minimal. Like it really doesn't make sense. Like it's just, I hit a button and it was like, shit. Now they post on YouTube. But, yeah. Which are a fraction of what, like we don't do horribly. We don't do great numbers. We have never really talked about that. But if you just look at like what the substitute is on YouTube and then you jump to Hard Target.
I mean, we get 1 million a download.
Shit.
Maybe somebody linked it as like full video rip or something and people are just
It's possible. Yeah.
clicking on it and being pissed off.
What is this?
Super entertained, maybe?
Yeah.
That fucking bullshot segment is pretty funny. You guys did good. Oh, God, it's terrible. All right. This Locknor appears in the sky on an alien planet. It crash lands and embeds itself into a volcano. Our local tribe of human outcasts here, they witness this event and they pretty much just get fucking swarmed by this volcano and covered in all its green lava. The first man it covers arises much larger with green skin and clawed hands. He pretty much is their leader with all the other ones and declares a death sentence to all those who oppose him and his followers. At another city, the leader of this new group and his goons, they break through the city gates and massacre the weaker population that is living there. Many people are killed. The city council meets in a large chamber. They don't know what to do. Their leaders realize that, like, these guys are going to fucking kill us. And the only thing that can save them is a Tarakian.
There you go.
An ancient warrior that protected their race throughout the histories. The council joins together and they call this warrior. They're pretty worried about it. They're like, well, it's only going to be one. And a whole bunch of other ones.
One
like,
is all we need.
Are you sure this is going to work?
No. They have to. We drove the Tarnak to the airport once. It owes us.
You sound like John Lithgow. Kron's favorite.
He's fucking good, dude. What do you want me to say?
I'm not arguing with you.
You telling me he
Defensive asshole.
he doesn't steal scenes in Killers of the Flower Moon?
I guess.
What is up with the little man baby servant that these elders have that's responsible for locking the door, which was not pre-locked? They left the fucking mechanism.
Yeah. That's the man baby's job, dude.
Is it a man? I thought it was like a woman.
Little boy, he's got the creepy Pinocchio, like when Pinocchio becomes a real boy face, and he's bald, weird. And he's wearing like a fucking Fred Astaire pink. It almost looks like Jiminy Cricket. Okay, this might be a fucking Pinocchio rip. I don't know, but.
All right. Yeah, I don't know what. And he like tries to bring up that thing and they just like push right through it.
And they wait till the last absolute minute.
I'm like, how can that piece of wood, that's a piece of fucking metal that just like is coming up and there's like, and it breaks. I'm like,
they needed a fucking moat is what they needed.
Mm-hmm.
A bunch of gators.
These barbarians already survived a volcano lava, so.
Well, yeah, but if they had to go through a wet moat, they would seize up. That's what happens to hot metal. They would harden.
Our fucking sandals would be wet and shit.
Brutal.
All right, they come together. They call
whole fucking barbarian horde just making like a shit. They're coming.
I hear 'em coming.
They're through the moat, obviously.
Shoot them with the arrows. Put up the metal door.
Fuck. How many times in your life have you like been at the beach or the lake or whatever and you're wearing flip-flops as your water shoes and then you're walking back to your car and your feet slip out because they can't keep a grip? So you do that thing where you
walk like Scuba Steve.
That's one of those things everybody's done, right? Your foot just straight up leaves the flip-flop 6 feet behind you.
Mm-hmm.
You step on them.
I just hate when you get the little tiny rock in it. It's like, God, and you try to get it out and it like won't come out. Like, how is this possible? I stepped on a snake the other day. It's been tough times around
Can
here.
you fucking imagine like how long it took us to figure out the boot? Like Spartans fought in sandals, dude. So many fucking stub toes.
I just stabbed their fucking feet.
Oh, yeah.
You don't think there was a guy that was like, let me wrap a little more leather around my entire foot here?
I think maybe further north. I think maybe the Mediterraneans were a little...
They're like, you look fucking weird, dude.
Mm-hmm.
No. That looks fucking stupid.
Look at me step through this fucking sticker bushes, though.
Get out of here. Kill them. All right, they come together. They call Tiarna. from within. As they finish the ritual, the barbarians arrive through the chamber and they easily break through the door and slaughter everyone inside.
Poor man,
we
baby.
do get.
He didn't make it.
It's a cool transition though of what, because they stab him with the spears, and then the transition is like the machinery with the stuff in it, and it looks like that body of whenever she's flying in on the bird pterodactyl.
So you think maybe they reverse engineered the look of the little boy so it would match the other thing?
I don't know. I just thought it looked cool. There's also two like hooded figures from when they fly in that do look like the Black Sabbath album of what's the one with the two, like with the jet pilots?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Never Say Die, I think it is. And there's also Black Sabbath playing when they're killing these people, but it is Ronnie James Dio.
Yeah. Mob rules, right?
The mob rules,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, real bummer there.
Nah, not really. You can't fucking shit on Ronnie James Dio.
It's weird that this soundtrack has Black Sabbath and Devo on it, right?
Nazareth and motherfucking people.
The Devo song, I think, is the most out of place. I mean,
Grand Funk.
It's over the credits at least, but
Well, they're the band playing in the bar over here soon too.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there's two Devo songs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, let's say Fincher's making it, right? It's coming out in a few years. What is your dream? Oh, this band has to be featured
In heavy metal?
Yeah. Heavy Metal 25 or something that they, you know.
To fucking put Mutoid Man on there.
Okay. Kron?
Probably go with like Sleep or something.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
I mean, that's pretty cinematic, like doom metal. So,
Typo Negative.
Bones.
I'm going to be lame. I fucking Mastodon, dude.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think that would work too.
See, that's honestly my biggest hang up with this thing is like they should have just pumped one of these out every 5 to 10 years, right? Like there should have been a new heavy metal every 10-year anniversary.
Were we spared, though, Heavy Metal 2000?
Well,
You know,
but
and
that's
it would have been all new metal and...
I feel like if they had just done it, because there is a heavy metal 2000, right?
What?
It's on Prime. Did you guys indulge?
I did not watch any of it, but
Wow.
I tried.
Fuck me. All right, sorry.
You didn't know there was a thing
Maybe
of Heavy Metal
subconsciously,
2000?
I don't know, but I was not active. Like, there was no awareness of it. That was not a joke that I made. Okay, now I got to look up what that soundtrack was.
But I do think it would have been
It's
cool,
not bad.
especially if you got some like, you know, more interesting parts of metal in there. I'm sure you would have gone through a period, yes, of like a lot of new metal slipping into the mix, but that's fun. You could kind of see how metal changed over the last, 40, 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like development and animation style.
Mm-hmm.
You get the one that's just like all computer, and then somebody cool comes in and goes, "No, we're gonna hand draw this one," or
Yeah.
There's a mixture of both for Heavy Metal 2000, computer and drawing, but it's like the smooth, like, I don't know if you ever seen like Gargoyles.
Oh, fuck me. I did know this because that's what Queens of the Stone Age Infinity is from.
Yeah.
Insane
They
Clown
had-
Posse, System of a Down,
Whoa, they got ICP on there, dude.
ICP with Twisted.
At the time of Heavy Metal 2000, we were really big into like Circus Magazine and shit like that. And there's always a fucking full page of the Heavy Metal 2000 soundtrack with like the chick on it with the gun.
Yeah.
All right, from far away, a rider in a hooded cloak on an alien bird touches down at a temple. The rider enters, stopping at a large pool. The rider is revealed to be a beautiful young woman with silver hair.
The temple
She
dilates.
strips and swims across the pool. At the base of a massive statue, she finds her armor and dons it. I think Bones mentioned earlier this was all retro or rotoscoped with an actual actress, or not an actress, a model, I guess. And in that special feature, they show you it on top of each other, and it looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
How they did it.
From an atmosphere sort of vibe, this sequence, I think, is pretty awesome. The big open pool, the walk up through there. You know, we've heard about this. What'd you call him? A tarthan? Tarmac? A tarmac, you know?
Terrakian? No.
Mm-hmm. A turmeric. Tarna, yeah.
Tarna. It sounds like a trailer trash name. Just, have you met my daughter Tarna?
Hold on a second. I got to take Tarna to her job at the Walmarts.
Damn it, Tarna. You got fired again? Pregnant again, huh? Well, we're not going to Illinois this time. Yeah, lots of scale here. It shows, I think, some good animation of what they could have done for some of the other ones.
That's a perfect way to describe it too, Dan. Like that call, like this feels the most like epic. The scale of how small she is in comparison to the giant temple is done really well.
All right. The last item she does receive is a golden sword. She flies off on her alien bird to seek her revenge.
What the fuck is up with the sound design of this alien bird's? Like it's
too much.
Did you guys see Thor: Love and Thunder?
No.
Okay.
You know I didn't.
I know you
Bones.
didn't. I should have just asked Dan directly.
No, I haven't.
Okay. There's like a running joke through that there's these goats that just make these fucking awful noises, and it's meant to just be like a running joke throughout, but it goes so far that it literally becomes annoying. And that's what this was reminding me of. Like even when it's like getting injured later, I just wanted it to hurry up and die. Like quit making that fucking caw.
And you're really selling Love and Thunder right now.
Yeah, dude.
It's also top of
There's
mind
annoying
because
goats.
Hemsworth is like apologizing for it this week.
Hey, he just read the script. It's not his fault.
He has a little bit more involvement.
When did it come out?
I don't apologize for shit. 2 years ago, maybe?
Maybe more than 2.
Why is he just now apologizing for like a movie?
Because it finally
4
made it to
years
the
ago.
Philippines, man.
I mean, he's probably on the circuit for Furiosa right now.
Yeah. So
And they're getting ready to
random ass
They're getting ready probably to start. They're probably working on like Thor 5, and he's probably getting asked about that, and it's a bummer of a movie, dude. You get Christian Bale to play your villain, and it's a absolute bummer.
Was that the Jojo Rabbit director one?
Yeah, but he also did Ragnarok, which is objectively good. So the problem was they took all of the stuff that worked in Ragnarok and tried to amp it, and it's an absolute failure in terms of balancing tone.
He's just too much of a wanted director, I think. He's dipping his toes in too much shit.
Yeah, I think we're waning on him now. I think it's because his soccer movie didn't do very well. It wasn't received very well.
So in 2 or 3 years, he'll come out with a pretty good banger.
Yeah.
All right, we're almost fucking done here.
I'm sorry.
She arrives. Oh, you're fine. This is what this podcast is for. To talk.
I was apologizing to Kron.
Oh, fuck Kron.
I just don't. I just can't follow. You know.
We know you hate Marvel. She arrives at the devastated city. She starts her investigation. All the council has been killed. The man holds up or she does find an amulet of a strange symbol in his hand, in his death grip. She takes it and she flies off, stopping in a nearby tavern. Outside,
I have the amulet.
Amulet? Amulet?
Amulet?
Is that a T? Amulet?
Yeah.
No, it's a amulet. Amulet?
Amulet, dude. It's French.
I'm from Missouri. I seen mule in there. Outside this tavern, there are 3 flying bats that have been tied to a hitching post. And one of them has the same symbol that matches the one that she has found in the counselor's chamber. She goes inside this tavern, orders a drink. She is a mute and cannot talk. She does draw the attention of 3 barbarians, of course.
Is it explained that she can't talk, or is it that she just chooses not to?
I think with her, how she orders her drink, it's supposed to be
Okay.
insinuated. These thugs, they get rough with her. She hits one of them, provoking a fight. She kills them pretty easily with her golden sword. And she grabs the bartender, who tells her that they're out at a camp near the mountain where the green meteor landed.
So
Does she chop like all their heads off at once? Is that this part?
yeah.
Isn't
Pretty
that
much.
something? Okay.
And on that, I was going to say one thing that they do have a tough time conveying is speed in the action, because the swing is super telegraphed. And then
Yeah,
like
that was
throughout
definitely
all
not-
of their action, like the swings are quite slow.
Not rotoscoped there.
Should have hit the speed pedal on the editing bay and
This might be my worst episode ever.
You got a lot going on, dude.
Mhm.
Amulet.
it's like covering 5 movies in
Yeah.
one shot.
All right, as she flies through this canyon, she does the location of the Loch Nor is embedded. What the fuck? Tarna suddenly is ambushed by these barbarians who capture her with a large net. She is hauled to the top of a canyon where she is met by the leader.
Doesn't matter how fucking badass you are, somebody gets a net on you.
Did we ever find out if we could order a net gun? I think we were supposed to do that. That was with a Running Man.
Yep.
Used to be our number 1 movie at one point. A long time ago.
And now it's Rumblefish.
No, our number 1 movie is still Roadhouse,
Roadhouse.
I think.
It is.
All right.
How
Doubtful
disrespectful
of-
that you damaged a list like that and can't even.
I didn't damage
You don't
anything.
even understand.
The list has
The
no
wake that
value
you
to me
left.
anymore. I have my own private list. Hit me up
It's
on
the list
Discord
we're
if you
using.
want.
Like I said, I'll be your villain. You can hate me now, but I won't stop now. All right. Fucking hell, where are we? Shit.
Just go to the end. No one will know.
Oh, this guy, he finds a fucking mark on her neck that proves that she's a Tarakian. The leader orders her to wash and be brought to his chamber where he can, where he whips her. He ties her up. You don't get to see her boobs in here.
You saw him earlier.
Yeah, we did, but he's got her all like locked up in this thing. She is later cast into a deep pit where they throw their prisoners. Her bird, though, her alien bird, is being used for target practice by some of the barbarians. But the bird, he manages to set himself free, and he basically rescues Tarna here, and they fly off. The leader declares that he wants the warrior woman dead and flies after her. In another canyon, Tarna, the fucking leader is already there, and she fights two other barbarians to death. He uses his mechanical hand to seize her, with her golden sword, and he throws it away. Moving closer in to kill her, he is suddenly bitten on the leg by her bird there. This gives her enough time to grab his mechanical arm and push it into his throat, killing him.
Pretty hardcore.
She yanks off the helmet and kills him by plugging her fist into his face. Wounded and weakened by battle, she climbs and mounts and heads to the volcano. The Lochnar tells her not to sacrifice herself as she cannot destroy it. She does not relate to this. Using the energy from her warrior lineage and her golden sword, her self-sacrifice destroys the Lochnar. We do get a coda here. Tarna's self-sacrifice was so powerful it transcends time and space, destroying the Lochnar in the present. As the Lochnar begins to shatter and break, our scared little girl here begins to flee the mansion in sheer terror. She reaches a save point as the mansion explodes. They did not have time to rotoscope this, so it is a real explosion of the house that you see.
Well, a very tiny little explosion.
Little dollhouse.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still real.
Somebody lit a fart behind it.
Yeah, they put one firecracker in a tiny little dollhouse and
An
blew it up.
M16. Outside in the crop, our scared little girl sees Tarna's fucking alien bird here land. She happily goes and pets it, climbs on top. She does reveal a Tarakian symbol on her as well.
Whoa, dude.
And
Start
she
the movie
flies
over.
off to defend and protect the evils that the Lochnar will arise again for the next generations. End credits, gentlemen, on Heavy Metal from 1981. Smell my fucking beer. All right. Upon further research, I've pretty much given you everything.
Cool.
August 7th, 1981 was when this was released. A budget of $9.3 million. A box office of $20.1 million. So it was a success. At the cinema that week, you could find Student Bodies. Later that month, you could find Prince of the City. And a week later, you could find a little movie, a 5-star banger here on 5DR. An American Werewolf in London.
Whoa.
And that's all I got for Heavy Metal 1981, gentlemen. Rate my box.
Let's play.
Let's do it.
Kron, I'm going to give you 3.5.
Bones. 3.5.
Kron, I'm going 3.5. Bones, 3.5.
Wow, really spreading it out here. I can go first, Kron. Classic is a strong word for this. I think it's got obviously a cult prefix there. This is fun. There is an actual story here. I can tell you that when I was watching this as a 14-year-old, there's one particular thing that you're kind of on the lookout for, and you sort of get it. And then when you got to return the tape to your buddy so he can put it back in his dad's collection, you go almost 30 years without actually realizing that there was a through line. I'm not really familiar with the text or the physical magazine of heavy metal, but in theory, I think it's cool. Now, this as a movie, I think the animation overall looks pretty good. I think there is diversity in the storytelling, the alien and creature design, the mix of sci-fi and fantasy is cool. I do think that the music is a little lacking. The thing that kind of really sticks out, Hagar's Heavy Metal, and then the other track, also titled Heavy Metal, I forget the artist behind that. Best song, For Bones, probably Radar Rider, the one during the beginning. Some stuff in this doesn't quite age well. There's, this is one of those things that somebody could point to in terms of like, nerds aren't jocks, but nerds can be just as, toxic in terms of their treatment, particularly of one sex. That being said, this would have been a lot of fun to watch stoned in a theater with your buddies. Check it out if you haven't seen it, but for me, 3.5.
All right, dudes, Heavy Metal. Yeah, I'll agree with a bunch of what Bones said. Like, this is a fun time. It's an interesting kind of like snapshot of, I don't know, where like counterculture and metal was at in, what is this, 81? But overall, I feel like this should have been the start of a series that we didn't get. Like, I could see if this had kept going, people would be like, oh, dude, Heavy Metal 3 is like the one to fucking check out, or some shit like that, There's nothing like egregiously wrong here. I think all the segments are fun. Having it split up into, like 5 kind of, short segments works really well. You never get super bored, but also in the same vein, like you're never super involved with any of these. They just kind of wash over you, and that's okay. I do think after Dan sent us that video, they might have cut what could have been the best segment of this entire movie. I do wish they had leaned a little bit more into, let's just do music videos and, kind of have very sparse dialogue. Just really make this about the animation and the music together. I feel like that's a thing you like I said, probably would have figured out if you kept doing this as a series. But this movie's fun. I had a good time watching it. As I said, the first time I tried to watch this, I passed out shortly during the second segment. Woke up very confused. But this is, it's a good time. There's nothing major to ding here. I think ultimately I'm a 3.0 on Heavy Metal.
All right, y'all. As I said, I think last week, this was a hangout movie for my buds there when we were over in Germany. So we would indulge in the the devil's lettuce and put this on as just a hangout flick. Yeah, check that out. Yeah, right on. I do agree with Kron. I think why didn't we get a new one every 2 to 3 years? Would have been really fun. So I wish there was more of them. I think the voice acting, the voice work here is pretty damn good. I think some of the animation maybe doesn't transfer from 81 as well, but a lot of this looks really good still on the Blu-ray there. I like how this was kind of a project that everybody worked on like after their regular job. So it proves that like it had an impact, I guess, on artists, especially in 81. I've always had a good time with this. This is a nostalgia pick for me, so it's got to be a 4.0, man. It's just one of those ones where I'm like, all right, let's do it.
Let's see. This would have an average score from the three of us of 3.5. This would end up at number 51 on the big list. This would currently be right below Alligator and right above, sorry Bones, you're going to hate this, Shakedown.
That's all right. I mean, that's a Bones approved triple feature right there. I think I'd flip that order though. I think you start with Shakedown while you're like coherent. You're not too fucked up. You start to, you get a little fucked up during heavy metal, and then Alligator scares the shit out of you, sobers you up, so you can get home.
Walk back out into daylight after Alligator's concluded.
Yeah. Kron, you and I both got a 0.5 on Rate My Letterboxd. Well,
let's see.
Pinocchio broke the animation seal. I mean, in a way, I guess Mad God did years ago, but I wonder with what frequency the cartoons will continue.
Yeah, I do have to say, after this round of Rate My Letterboxd, guys, we are in a 3-way tie with 2 points apiece.
Well, what does it matter? We have a whole year of play.
We'll see.
Before the highly contentious Rewind 11 begins.
I might call it for next week.
Oh, you have that ability?
I can just refuse and say I'm not showing up for the show until we do a rewind.
I'm just going to fix the list. How about that? I'll independently.
I think you need to look and see what's going on. Because Bones, I did listen to 10, re-listen to 10. And he was like, how the fuck is at the end there? He did, because I was like, I don't think Rumblefish should have jumped that far up, but.
That's what happens though. Like
here's
what happens.
When you put a 0.5,
yeah,
you add it to its score.
The total.
Yes.
But also this is what's happening now. Like let's say Rumblefish, just for an example, has a 3.25 from the three of us, right? But let's say above that now, we've got 8 movies that we've given a 3.5 to. So now if you bump a 0.5 into Rumblefish, you're jumping like 12 movies. You know what I mean? When the list was like 30 movies, it felt a lot less impactful to do that.
Should you add a decimal point?
Yeah, but then
is there something we can do here?
But then we got to start, like, how are we even going to get points and Rate My Letterboxd? If I'm like, I rank this a 3.58. how are you getting those points?
Do we add IMDb scores? Average.
No.
Do
We have letterboxed average built in already. We're not adding another.
Do we just stop doing a big list because who are we to start judging other people's art? We got.
I mean, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
We're not even good at this. Who are we to judge?
We're barely a 4.4. We barely have 50 ratings.
Well, I have to figure it out for the
We're
next
best
rewind.
movie podcast.
I like the suggestion that somebody made in Discord of like, how about we just undo Rewind and figure out a better way to score the movies?
No. I
Well,
worked hard on Rewind 10.
well, we can't change the scoring for Rewind 11 then, because something definitely deserves a negative 0.5.
How many? Forgive me. I know I ask this a lot. How many movies have we covered?
138, 139.
Big list, 141.
Just throwing it out there. What if we went to 150 and we lock that list? That's it. And then we start big list 2.0 and we figure out, and maybe we go to the fucking secret slideshow that was sent to us by somebody that I'm looking at right now. And we figure it out, and that was big list 1.0 and we move on or something.
You want to close the book and move on?
Here's the thing. We could do whatever the fuck we want. We are punk rock, baby. We could do a thing.
Heavy metal, baby.
We could lock it at 50, and we could do like a draft where we say we each bring 10 movies over to the other list or something. So there's still something in the water for the next round. We could do a fun episode where we do a fucking screen draft style thing and resort the list in some marathon thing. I don't know.
Yeah, we know guys that do drafts.
Maybe we do another big crossover thing and we get 7 other guys in here and we screen drafts the order of what the big list should be or could be. We can do whatever we want. It's not like fucking Athletic Greens is saying, we sponsored you because of the integrity of the original big list. Like, who gives a fuck?
They should. That'd be
I think the only problem with that, though, is I guarantee you we cannot find 7 other people that have watched all these movies.
Hey, if you're a fan, get to watching.
Well, maybe that's why you have enough people to sort of cover your bases. Right?
Yeah.
Because there might be things that, there's something that, one of our buddies didn't watch, but he watched 85%. So, I don't know. Let's think about it. Who cares? Dan, get us out of here.
TBD fixing the big list.
Hey, if you're interested in all this big list talk and the rewinds and heavy metal and all that shit. Hey, if you're on Apple or Spotify, please rate, review, follow this show, subscribe to it. It helps us world domination. You can find us on the socials, Letterboxd, Instagram, Threads. We're all there. But if you really want to fuck with us, join that Discord. Tell me I'm wrong. There is a link every episode that drops every Wednesday at 5 Day Rentals. You'll find all of us there. If you got questions, concerns, you want us to guess, you want us to tell me to fuck off, please email us at 5dayrentalspodcast@gmail.com. But other than that, I can't walk around here with my dork hanging out.
Stars and Stripes forever, baby.
Crash and burn. All right, welcome back, everybody, to the after shower segment of this episode of 5 Day Rentals. We will be wrapping up the category Metal as Hell, brought to us by Bones. It is Kron. Now I have the power. I have the amulet. I will be making a selection in this category.
I don't think that's how you say that.
As previously, we covered, heavy metal, and of course, Valhalla Rising, both two very metal selections. Now, after the Revenge 5, the Revenge of Puppets Revenge, I did promise there will be revenge for those selections. And I want to promise you, the listener, I will be getting revenge, but not on this category. Because Bones happened to pick something where I could slot in one of my absolute favorite subgenres of horror. It's heavy metal horror, baby. I'm a Black Roses guy through and through, but I got a whole shitload of these things that I've seen over the years. I like them. They're fun. My selection for Metal as Hell is the film Shock 'Em Dead from 1991. Directed by Mark Freed. Are you guys pumped as hell?
It's going to be a fun one.
Yeah, I plan on podcasting through a hole in a picture of a pizza.
I mean, peek behind the curtain. We got these records back to back. We've already watched this thing. It's going to be a good time. This movie's dumb as hell, right?
Yeah.
It's shit. It's absolute garbage.
Fuck it. Hey, Black Roses is better. So
See, I tried to bring the good one on the pod. You didn't believe me, dude.
It's fucking wild, dude. What?
Yeah.
What was the conversation in pre-production for Shock 'Em Dead?
I don't know.
Yeah, sure. Let's do that.
Yeah. Fuck it. Move. We got it. Move on.
Somebody wrote something on the back of a napkin and they said, yeah, we can make a movie out of that.
I think you're bringing more tits than heavy metal, dude.
There are a lot of, they're not fun to look at. I mean, I know that much. So a lot of late 80s Walmart breasts.
I hate to agree with you, but there's one pair that is depressing. But that being said, we just covered a hardcore male fantasy movie. Waking up with 3 chicks that are assigned to you. Still pretty hot. Still pretty hot.
All right, we'll go into that in the episode.
I know. We got to build it up, though. So.
It's fun. Earlier today, I was looking at my plot notes for this thing. They are maybe the shortest I've ever done. We're going to fly through this fucking rundown. I'm excited. I hope you're excited.
I figured you would go pretty goofy with this pick. I had another one picked out, and I was like, Kron. That's the one where I was like, I don't know if they would see if I was taking it seriously. But then I was like, Kron's going to bring some fun shit to this pick. So,
I mean, do you guys like this subgenre? I think of it as like heavy metal horror. I mean, it's like this, Black Roses, Rock and Roll Nightmare. Like, none of them are
blood.
Yeah, none of them are very good movies, but I really enjoy them for some reason.
There was a part of me that wanted to play the Kron reactionary card of like, you're misinterpreting it. Like, it's not meant to be like a rock metal type of movie. It's meant to be about things that like would be
like the imagery of
metal.
And
the inspiration for it. But it was like, well, the movie does have fucking voodoo and like getting fucked up, and hanging out with chicks in jacuzzis, and that's all that. Like that's half of what hair metal was. So I was like, no, this okay, But it makes for an incredible category. The spread on this category is awesome. That we go Valhalla Rising, heavy metal to Shock 'Em Dead. Like there's something for everybody, baby. This is a Chinese buffet. I love it.
It even seems wild that in 91 they were making a hair metal movie, right? I mean, that's like, why not just make a disco movie at that point? I mean, I feel like the genre itself has been dead for years almost.
Yeah, but if you told me they started making this thing in 86, I'd fucking believe it because
82, dude.
Yeah.
It's kind of coming back, man, a little bit with they have a few shows and they got some metal movies out there in the last few years.
For like hair metal?
Not hair metal, but like actually death metal and stuff like that.
I mean, hair metal in itself is a fascinating genre because it is. You have like 80s comedy boom, right? Then you've got hair metal. In a way, it's almost like podcasting of like now, right? People are just like us included, right? I'm not.
No, we're the best.
But I'm including us in this. Like, we should fucking try it. Like, hair metal was this like, I can kind of sing, I can kind of play drums. All we need is one person in the band. That is,
I got a pair of leather pants.
Yeah, it became this sort of, we're just gonna put on this vibe and put on a fucking rock show. But in equal measure, you have some musicians in it that are fucking incredible. There are fucking incredible guitar players and bass players and drummers to come out of hair metal.
Go ahead, Buzz.
Oh, no, but I was just going to say, so when you said like, oh, it's kind of coming back, the last Ghost record, a lot of people didn't really dig it, but I got what he was going for. Like he's starting to lean into that arena style, but it's a genre that's just so fucking ripe. So to agree with you, Kron, it makes sense because it leans into chicks, fun, leather, hot tubs, motorcycles, and I gotta say the yacht rocky fucking Lochnar dude that I was ripping on this whole movie. That one I was like, I kind of feel comfortable doing that voice. There is a character in Shock 'Em Dead that I don't know how we're going to approach. Like, because it is the most incredible mock-worthy performance maybe ever on the show. But it's like, we'll have to be on eggshells to discuss the lead singer of this band. Because he's absolutely pivotal to the movie. How do you do it?
We're going to find out together next week.
What were you going to say, Dan? I didn't mean to keep you going or cut you off.
There's a band called Steel Panther that kind of is, they still work today and do kind of hair metal, perverted songs and shit like that. But I was like, man, like they had to watch this and like to come up with a concept for their band. It just had to, it had to be on the list. And you get it. Me and Penny Smasher had never seen so many titties in our whole lives.
Did you guys watch Shock 'Em Dead together?
No, we went to see Steel Panther.
Okay.
My brain made that same connection, and then I had to go, I think he's talking about seeing Steel Panther. So
okay.
And it was just ladies. They would just invite them up on stage and mothers and daughters and shit like that. It was like, shit.
Like were they like stepmoms and stepdaughters or?
There's all kinds of ladies.
Were they stuck in the dryer?
Small,
yeah.
Large.
They get stuck in the bass drum?
Medium. Mild, hot.
Oh,
lava.
I mentioned fucking Mastodon earlier. Dan, you sent a clip of it. I think I actually posted a link to the full video. You gotta watch the drummer from Mastodon, Bron Daler's Drumeo.
It's good shit.
Holy shit!
And he sings. He's not singing there.
They do something weird on one of the tracks. I don't know if they could get the vocals out or whatever. So I think it's like double vocaled. But man, you gotta watch that fucking Last Baron performance, dude. Awesome. Metal as hell.
Fuck yeah.
Thanks, Kron.
We'll see you next week for Shock 'em Dead. Until then, crash and burn.
Go fucking iceberg.
Crash and burn.
I have the amulet.